Way! My God, it was close to a brownout then. I got the music looping. Oh, okay. Hello, viewer. It's a Sunday. It is July the 23rd, 2023. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all doing very well. On this evening's stream / podcast, we are discussing the goings on this week in entertainment and on social media. But before we begin, and it's always a big but, you can find us here on the YouTube, or if you prefer your entertainment in the podcast form, we are also on Spotify. The links are in the description. It has pissed it down all day in the UK. Yesterday, today, Friday, it's just pissed it down for 4 weeks solid. Happy summer, everybody. Happy summer. Okay, so if then you've not shut down for the evening, getting sidetracked. As I always say, lots to get through. Shall we get the guests out? You know it, of course, we should. Okay. First, set your Jedi power phasers to stunning and brave. It's Brygon Jin.
Way, good evening, Brown. Good evening,
Hey,
chat.
you right?
How are we all? I'm not too bad, thank you. How's your good self?
I'm just looking at the British summertime. It's pissed it down.
It wasn't too bad up here for the first 18 hours or so, but it's now teeming, as you would say.
I would say well done, Australia, for winning the Ashes courtesy of the British summertime.
And skill, technique, and ability overall.
How are you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. Slightly grim, but I'm going to try and raise my game slightly
Grim
for
up
this
north, mate.
fantastic stream of yours, Brown. I'm not usually a
Aw.
Sunday night regular, but
You
I
can come
made an
back
effort.
anytime, my friend. Oh, you
You're
do.
too kind. Too kind, Brown.
Great to have you on, mate.
Cheers.
Shall we get the next guest?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay, let's do it. My throat is very dry, folks. Next, back from patrol. I'll start again. Next, back from patrol. He is the governor of Twitter. It is. Well, you know who it is, don't you? It's the governor.
Hey, hello,
Hey.
hello, chat. Hello.
Right, Gov.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. How you doing?
Not bad. How are the wards of Twitter today?
I've been pretty quiet lately, actually. I've taken a bit of a breather.
A sabbatical.
Yes. Recharge one's batteries and whatnot.
Twitter doesn't feel the same without you, my friend.
Well, it can go fuck itself.
So, how's life treating you, my friend? Good, yes?
It was until I saw the. I will apologise to the chat in advance for the eye bleed that you're going to experience throughout this stream.
Sorry, chats. It seemed a good idea at the time.
You're in for a treat.
Everybody, if you've got sunglasses or shades, now's your time to go get them while I get the guests out. So, everything good, Lee, yes?
Yeah, all good.
Shall we get the next person out, yes?
Knock yourself out.
I usually do. Okay. He is the purveyor of meh entertainment, according to the Lord. It's Blue Tube himself. Movie Cynic.
Ahoy. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Been a while. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not bad.
Well, that's good.
How are you?
I'm tired as hell, but I'm good.
Why? Reviewing Barbie?
Yep, writing, and I was on a stream last night, streaming it. I think I'm on a stream after this stream.
Oh, you've been slutting about, have you?
Mm-hmm.
Tart.
Tart.
Passing it off everywhere.
Question, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
How's the channel going?
It's going okay.
Brilliant. Shall we get the next guest out?
Yep.
Okay, here we go, folks. Great to have you on, mate.
Thanks. Man.
Okay, and is there another one? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Sorry. He is the backbone of Sunday nights. And you know I genuinely love this guy. It is the fantastic Listen. Matt Cat 83.
What's up, nerds? I genuinely love you too. How are you?
I'm very good. How are
That's
you?
good. I'm very good too.
How's your channel going?
I'm good so far. You know, just plugging away slowly but surely.
We're not worthy, are we?
Yeah, of course you are. You're more than worthy.
How's your beautiful mother doing?
She is doing fantastic. She got her hip done, one of her
Less.
hips. Yeah, in Listen, she got a hip replacement.
Nice.
Last Sunday, I was with her the whole day, pretty much, and we just sat and gossiped. It was super fun, and yeah, it was. I heard a lot of listens. Listen,
There you go.
listen. Yeah, we talked a lot. It was really really fun. We caught up on a lot of stuff. It was great.
We must get your mother on one of these ones.
No, she would. Yeah, I mean, she wouldn't know what you were talking about because she doesn't. I
well,
made her
neither
watch.
do we, but it's never stopped us.
Right on. I made her watch that new White Men Can't Jump remake, and like,
Oh, God.
like 15 minutes in, she goes, "This movie is terrible. I'm watching my phone." And I was like, all right. I was like, I have to watch this movie, Mom. I'm gonna review it. And then she's like, it's. And then like 20 minutes later, she's all like, "You're still watching this? It's so bad." I'm all like, well, I was like, I have to. I was like, yeah, it's so, but yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Is it called Black Men Can Jump Higher Than You?
I mean, no, but it's so bad. It's like ridiculously bad. Do not watch it if you're thinking about it.
Well, now that I know about it, I'm going to have to go out of my way to watch it. Thanks,
Don't
mate.
do it. Don't do it.
Cheers, Catty.
Yeah, cheers to you too.
Great to have you on, my friend.
I'm happy to be on.
Shall we get the
Yeah, let's
last
do it.
person
Yeah,
out?
do
Okay,
it.
and my mouth's not working. And last, but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. He is the great mega geek himself. And hopefully he's not eating. It's Ian David Diaz.
Hello, everybody. Is that your kids in the background, Matt?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I can mute
Nice.
my mic. They're
That's all right.
my son is what you British would say. He is full of beans today. He is like off the wall all day today. He is driving me
It's
mental.
that toxic patriarchy.
No, he is. I don't know what is going on, but all he wants to do is wrestle all day. And I told him like, earlier, I was like, I'm all wrestled out. I cannot fight you anymore. Like I've had enough. Because I have to hold back my punches because I'm an
I was
adult.
gonna
But
say, could you not beat it out of him?
Oh no, he does not hold back his punches, and I'm all like, "Hey, fucker, that hurts. You gotta calm it down." Like, so yeah, but yeah. That
How are
is
you
my
doing, Ian?
children.
Take a
I'm
seat,
all right.
Barbie.
I think it's far more enjoyable listening to Matt and his
It is.
than actually
It is.
telling you
You're not
my
wrong.
words.
Are
Yeah.
you're not eating Monster Munch this evening,
Actually,
are
I'm
you?
eating Twix, actually.
Twix?
Yeah, Twix.
That's the
Nice.
Raiders to the Americans.
Oh, is it called Raiders in America?
What?
Oh, okay.
In
Yes,
10
lovely.
minutes. Raiders, everybody. Great
Not-
to have you
not-
on, Ian.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on.
Shall we get
Thank
on
you
with
for
it?
inviting me. Yeah, let's get on with it.
Hello, chats. We can see you, Drew Gordon.
It's my favourite chocolate. What can I say?
The Twix is
Okay. Right then, folks. Be warned.
Yeah,
It's
it's
bad.
coming.
It's
coming.
bad. I didn't realise it was this bad.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
Ow, 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 ow. It gets worse. It gets worse. Oh, God.
Oh dear.
Oof.
Episode 154, end of week musings, Sunday, July 2023.
I was hoping for a nice shot of Margot Robbie's bottom, but clearly not.
Jeez. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Ow.
If you have made it this far and you are not
far as I'm
suffering from retina burn, please like, share, and subscribe. Every single click will help this channel grow. We need the clicks, baby.
Very
We need the
pink.
clicks. And if you're feeling generous, you know what to do.
Oh, God.
Right. Okay. I'm kind of get the feeling it's only one person watching this.
Is this the crossover episode?
Yeah, that one dropped early.
Oh.
It's supposed to drop, well, you know, because they drop it on, what is it, Thursdays? And it dropped early.
That desperate to get people to watch, really.
Did you see the advertisement for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the musical? God almighty.
Oh,
Is
God,
that the
I
next
did.
episode?
I think it's in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's going to be terrible.
Utter wank.
You know what gets me about this show is I thought they were trying to do an overarching story, but also do episodic episodes. What is the overarching story of this besides the fact that it sucks?
Well,
I
you're
don't-
the only one who's watching it, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't.
Sorry,
okay.
Zeke.
So they had this one was the crossover with Lower Decks, which I haven't watched Lower Decks since they, you know, did hentai and everything. So I was just I was watching this episode, and of course the two characters that come over are the most annoying characters on Lower Decks, and the show is just bad. They went from one shit show and crossed over with another shit show, and they made a bad episode, and it made no sense. It was a big waste of time all around. Actors, my time watching it, filming it, all that stuff. It was
Isn't
bad.
Lower Decks in the future, though?
Yes, but they did a time portal.
Oh,
They went through
I
a time
see.
portal. Yeah, that's how they. Yeah, and they got to meet their heroes, and then like they would zoom in, like they're like they zoomed in on Spock's smile, and he's like, Spock is smiling. He's not supposed to smile. He's not supposed to show any emotion
Well,
at all.
was he
And I'm
eating
all-
bacon?
No, he was not eating
Okay.
bacon, but it was just a really bad / weird episode, and they were talking up a horror, and I'm all like, you know, this isn't a horror. I'm sorry, she doesn't even act like a horror from the original series, and like she acts like a school nerd that's all like, oh, I have to get these calculations right, and I have to decipher this ancient language and everything, and you're all like, I don't know, this is weird. I don't know, it was weird and it was bad, and I
It's
didn't
because
like
we need
it.
women in STEM.
I mean,
Get with the program. Come on.
Toxic
Come on.
masculinity.
Come on.
yeah, it was.
Listen.
Yeah, and then the kid Jack what's his face, that actor Quinn
Ripper? Jack the Ripper?
no, he was
Jack
he's
Quaid.
not, Quaid, thank you.
Quaid!
He's not very good in this show. It's just bad. I don't like
It's from
it.
The Boys, isn't he? From The
Yeah,
Boys.
he's good in The Boys though, but he's not good
He
in
wasn't
this
very
show.
good in Oppenheimer either.
Oh, was he in that? I didn't see it.
Here you go, folks. M Duke 84 for £2. That is real money. Powder blue and pink go together. That's fantastic. Strange New Worlds, the graping of Spock.
Yeah. It is. You know what gets me about Spock on the show? They've turned him into a complete and utter joke. Like every episode, pretty
buffoon.
much.
Are you
Yeah.
surprised?
I mean, no, but at the same time, it really upsets me because I'm like, you guys took a really cool character, and all they do is they make fun of him, and
Yeah.
they turn him into a joke, and I'm all like, you know, can you not like, you know, we're always supposed to. I hear all these people all the time like, don't punch down, but I'm all like, I know this is a fake character, but you're just ruining it, and I don't
I
even
just
know
hate Jews.
why.
That's why nobody's
Easy.
watching it.
Easy.
That's why nobody's
Easy.
watching it, because
Easy.
they do that to the characters that you love. So, you know, good luck to them.
Here you go, folks. Big supporter of this channel and the wonderful, if I can say this, anti-derivative Jill. Hello, Jill. People
Hey,
tell me plot lines from season 2 of SNW and don't understand why anyone wastes their time with this crap anymore.
Yep.
Well, there's
Jill-
only Catty. There's only Catty.
Yeah, and Jill, I'll tell
been
you.
it.
Yeah, I'll tell you this why I watch it. Content. I need content for my
Listen.
YouTube channel. But if it wasn't for that, I would not watch this show.
Plus,
It
we
is
need him
bad.
on here talking shit about it.
Lieutenant, Uhura in this show. She looks nothing like
She
Michelle
doesn't.
Nichols, and also she's. Look, I hate to say this, but she is ugly. She is an ugly woman. Why did they cast this ugly woman as Lieutenant Uhura, who was absolutely a beautiful woman? Why did they do that? Is this something that they do to shows now?
Well,
This
they're
is the characters from the past.
deconstructing them, aren't they?
Because if you've got a face like back end of a bus, you can make it in life.
It's
Yeah,
just
well,
ridiculous.
Yeah, and about her, she's not doing a good job acting wise this season. In fact, I think everybody has really like lowered their acting skills this season because it's not been very
Is that what
good.
we call it?
Yeah, it's just not good. I really, season 1 was just okay to me, and I really thought there was
It
like
had
a glimmer
potential,
of
I thought.
yeah,
Even Paul Chateau said it had potential.
yeah,
and I
and then
agree.
they just drove it off a cliff for this season.
did.
Yeah, and it just sucks, and I don't
You
like
see,
it.
that's what's going to happen when they bring back 7 and 9 eventually with, the new Star Trek. They're going to do that to it as well. So they got our confidence up with the last, last generation, and it's really, really
Trojan
good.
horse,
And we
everybody.
enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a Trojan horse. And now when they bring it back, it's going to be like this.
Yeah.
So I don't trust them. I don't trust any of them.
It's dog shit, everybody, and it doesn't give me any pleasure saying that.
The
Well
first
done.
dog shit of the night is away. The first dog
Well-
shit of the night is away.
Well done, Akiva Goldsman. You've fucked a brand new one up. Well done. Okay, I think we've got a super chat before we move on. Big supporter of the channel, Garth Knights for $10. Brownie, that's me. Master Doomcock got word from his little birds that KK has a clause in her contract that won't allow her termination beyond criminal activity.
I think that's. I think we need to broaden our definition of criminal activity. Destroying franchises to me is a bit of a criminal activity.
Last Jedi was a criminal activity, but there you go.
Exactly.
Implemented by George Lucas, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean the murder of Indiana Jones.
Another
murder of
criminal
Luke
activity.
Skywalker,
Yeah.
Murder of Han Solo.
I will say, Garth, please send my regards to Michael. Okay. Shall
What about
we,
Kit?
And
What about
Kit.
Kit? And Kit.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yes. Why not?
Wasn't Garth Knight's automobile called Car?
In
Yes.
the
Yes,
in the
Car.
pilot, I think it was called Car in the Pilot, wasn't it? Was it
The car was the
pilot?
red car, wasn't it? The red.
No, Garth Knight had a knockoff.
Yellow.
Yeah, knockoff one called
Oh,
Car.
right, gotcha.
What was the red one then?
That was the remake,
Pass.
wasn't it?
No,
That was the remake when they remade it with a girl.
Is that why it was a remake?
Well, yeah, I think it was a remake or it was a continuation. I'm not sure. Oh,
Car
James,
was
a joke there.
car was black and silver with
There you go.
yellow.
black and silver. Yeah.
Car was
Oh,
the bad
yeah.
version of Kit. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Sorry,
And he was,
Forgot all
yeah, it was
about that.
Goliath. Yes.
forgot all about
See,
that.
everybody knows. Everybody knows. This is why we've got the best channel and the best chat. Let's move on swiftly.
Is this still? Going?
Okay, right.
Really?
Okay, so I'm going to make a wild, educated guess here. Who's watching this? Catty, over to you.
This show sucks also. What a complete waste of time. This last episode, okay, although I do have to admit, I really love Olivia Colman in this show. She's the only really good thing in this show, and they don't have her on enough. But other than that, this show sucks. I mean,
She's Oscar winner, isn't she?
yeah, this show is just terrible. I mean, it's about Skrulls, but the Skrulls are barely in it, and I'm all like, it's so stupid, and it's so cheap too. And I don't know. Every time they come up with this cliffhanger, I'm all like, okay, so you've saved up all the DNA from all the Avengers.
$220 million this cost.
Yeah, that's
For-
long
What?
money.
Is it 6 or 8 episodes?
6. This week is this week is the season series finale. Which thank God, because I've had enough of this show. It's bullshit. Like it's not good. It's not. There's nothing. Like I literally watch a show and I'm like bored. I'm like watching my phone because I'm all like, this isn't good. And then when something does happen, you're all like, it lasts like 2 seconds, and it's just really really bad. I hate this show. I hate Marvel. They're dumb now. It's so stupid.
The lowest common denominator.
Any?
There's
Go on, mate.
Well, and they like Ben Mendelsohn. I liked him a lot,
actor,
but
great actor.
yeah, his character died. Sorry, spoilers. But they killed off his characters. But I'm all like, that was probably the best for him because he's all like, you're not taking my character anywhere. So listen, you're not taking my character anywhere. So I'm just gonna die. And that's what happened. I was like, this is just It's really really bad. I mean, like, and I can understand why nobody buys Disney Plus except for me, but it's just terrible. It's terrible.
So it's
Has
your
he
fault.
has he swore yet? Samuel L. Jackson.
If he did, I don't remember. I'm waiting for him to be like, I'm tired of these motherfucking aliens on my motherfucking planet, but he hasn't done it.
Listen.
Yet, so listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's so bad. And the whole time I'm all like, I really hope they kill off Nick Fury. But then I'm like, oh wait, never mind. The Marvels is coming out this year, so he's not gonna die in this show. So I'm like,
Brown, you can do quite a good Samuel L. Jackson impression, I've heard.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Let's kill those motherfucking scrolls, man. Come on.
He's
Irie?
Jamaican now.
Irie?
Yeah.
well, listen to you, doppelganger.
So how many people told Samuel L. Jackson off in this episode? Then how many women told him off?
Everybody.
One because the Khaleesi, gives him shit about her dad a little bit, and then
Demonetized folks, yes.
yeah, and I think Olivia Colman's character does in the car. On the way to the graveyard. I can't remember off the top of my
That's where
head.
the show's going.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Chat, anybody watching this, or have you just given up on life like the rest of us? Anybody? No.
On life.
I get it.
Rubbish.
I get it.
Rubbish.
Rubbish, man.
Rubbish.
Get in the
Rubbish.
bin.
Rubbish, man.
Get in the
The
bin.
bin. Get in the bin.
Okay. It's a shame. $200 million on dog shit.
Yeah.
Good. Let them throw their money away. I'm here for it. I think that's far more entertaining than anything they put on screen.
Yeah.
That is
Maybe it'll
true.
be like Miss Marvel and they'll put on ABC to try to get some
Can
money
you
off it.
believe it? $200+ million
Yeah, it's
on
just
this garbage.
yeah, they're just money laundering. That's what they're
And the
doing.
poster's shit as well. Look at the poster.
Yeah.
This is the poster.
It's like an
absolutely-
AI
probably
poster.
I was gonna say it's AI generated. What are you talking about?
Wow, it's so shit.
It's like something a student at high school would throw
Yeah.
together.
It's not that good.
No,
Absolutely shit.
Okay.
Move along.
Depressing.
like most things.
That's fun.
So
That's a
I've
good
tried
poster.
to kind of merge the two topics, movies,
Yeah.
No.
because I feel this week is a very, very big week for cinema. I might
Well,
be wrong. I might be
Barbie's
wrong.
dragged them in, and Barbie's dragged all the people in. haven't they?
Drugged. I think you were right the first time.
Okay,
was
so we'll kind of go through the joint captions first, and then we'll do the individual movies. Okay, so domestic opening weekend totals for Barbenheimer. Barbie, 155 million.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oppenheimer, 80.5. That's
Nearly half.
domestic.
What was the
Fourth-
budget on that one then?
They were each 100 million.
Oh, okay.
So, fourth largest box office weekend in history. So,
That's depressing.
Blue Man, you're the statistician. Impressive?
Yeah.
impressive.
It's like you said, it's only happened 4 times. This kind of number. So it whatever you think of the movies, this is a positive for the movie going experience, which I really enjoy. I love going to the movies, and with the strikes and everything,
Same here.
I'm worried about what it's going to mean for movie theaters when it starts affecting them. But it shows that if you make things that people want to see, we'll go to the movies. And Christopher Nolan's like a dying breed type of deal. He still has a long career ahead still, but like it's he bet on himself by leaving WB and went somewhere else and proved that he is a director that people will come out and see his movies, because this is a World War II biopic. And it was sold on, I mean, it's a dialogue driven 3-hour biopic that's based in World War II. There's no action. And it's it's about a fucking scientist. So it's really amazing that he was able to do that. If you stripped Barbie out, an $80.5 million opening for this movie is insane. It's crazy. So it's a kudos to each movie for how they performed. More so for Barbie's marketing team. Because
genius.
people went to see Oppenheimer because of Nolan, and people went to see Barbie because it was the marketing team did its job for once. Yeah. So no matter what you thought, it's good for it's great for movie theaters and moviegoers. And another thing too, like the budgets were only $100 million a piece. That's fantastic. It's showing, and both movies, even like I didn't like Barbie, but it looked stunning.
Right.
It looked beautiful, and it just shows that like you do not need these $300 million budgets that Disney is pumping into these productions at all. Oppenheimer is one of the best looking movies of the year, past 20 years. It looks incredible. It looks way more expensive than it is. Both movies do.
Did you see it in IMAX?
Yeah, I saw Oppenheimer in IMAX. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Look good?
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, Oppenheimer is it's a flawed movie, but it's probably one of Nolan's absolute best. It's his most mature movie, and it got me a couple times emotionally too. We'll talk about that when we get to the movie itself, but yeah, it was great. It's a movie that's so heavy. I don't think it requires multiple viewings to fully appreciate it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But it's so heavy that I can't see this movie again for a while. It gets you.
Brian, are you impressed with these figures?
Blue Man is really the man for this kind of thing. This is it doesn't mean a great deal to me, but what I'm not impressed with is the entire Barbenheimer thing. I can't stand it. I fucking hate it. Two very different films. I don't know, but I think if J. Robert Oppenheimer had seen Barbenheimer, I think it might have made a much bigger nuke and taken the rest of us out with him. But I enjoyed the film, and I think we'll talk about that in great depth in the next couple of slides.
Okay.
But
okay. Anything else to add from anybody else on this?
I'd be interested to see what happens in the next week.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for sure.
Because I think I think all the marketing for Barbie was based on a misrepresentation of the film. And I think word of mouth is a bit slow on the uptake, but once it gets going, I think there will be a sharp decline. I really do.
Okay.
A lot of little children. You know, I was in the cinema and there was like a huge queue, and there were a lot of little children wearing pink and stuff, and a lot of gay people too wearing pink and all that. So you're right, they did do their job, didn't they? The advertisement people, they did it very well. So
by lying their ass off.
Exactly.
The next.
I wasn't going to say that.
The next generation of
Womanists,
of activists. Get them young, folks. Get them young.
No, it truly is. It brings people in, and I'll wait until we're talking about Barbie specifically. It truly is like a level of feminist indoctrination. It's pretty powerful stuff, actually. It's really interesting.
Okay, so on 30 minutes, let's move on.
We didn't move very far.
Well,
yeah, now we're talking about the global.
It's a little kind of sidestep. Okay, so worldwide opening weekend totals for Barbenheimer, Barbie. This is impressive.
Barbie.
$337 million.
Are they from the same studio? These two?
I think
One's
Barbie is
Warner.
WB, and the other one's Universal because
Okay, so I don't understand why have they? Because even on the radio, they're linking these two together for some reason.
it's just because two movies that are polar opposites, and they both were going to they were both projected to do very well. Opening against each other is not. It doesn't happen, and it's by strategy usually, because there's normally one new tentpole release every weekend, so that no one has direct competition and steals each other's box office numbers.
Yeah.
So the fact that they open together is crazy, and it's like Nolan didn't want to budge with his release date because he hates WB now.
I was going to say, won't Warner's be regretting getting rid of him? That had been 500.
And wasn't it the anniversary recently of the first nuclear test as well?
Yeah, it's in August, so it's pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I think it's August 6th. I believe.
Blue Man was. Go on, Brian.
That was the first use of the atomic bomb was on August the 6th, and the other one was August the 9th.
Blue Man, what's the story with Nolan and Warner? Why did he leave?
Because he is like a god of the movie theater. He loves the movie theater experience. He makes his movies for the movie theater experience. He's said, of course, he respects television and streaming and everything like that. But his format is his films are made for the movie theater, and specifically IMAX now. And so when WB decided to simultaneously release their films in 2021 on streaming and in theaters, he hated that so much. He thought it went against everything he stood for. So he cut his ties with WB, who he had been loyal to for a decade and a half.
Yeah.
And he moved over to Universal. So this was almost like a big middle finger to them.
Blue Boy, so when you saw the film, was it in 4:3 or did it have a new format for IMAX now?
No, it was not in 4:3, but I could only get an early ticket to it feels like it was one of the first IMAXs ever made because it was small. It was a small IMAX. But I've been to much bigger IMAX screens than the one I had to go to.
Here you go, folks. Jim D. Hello, Jim. IMAX is now the only way I attend cinema screenings. Nolan is right.
Yeah, it makes it an experience, which is what the movie theater experience has to be now.
Hold on. So they were using. So I'm guessing now, if it wasn't in 4:3, which is the format of IMAX, I'm guessing now that they used new cameras now that actually.
They must, because there were some shots where it did take up the entire screen, and then others where there were still bars.
Oh,
but they weren't like extreme. It wasn't like 16:9 or 240 or anything like that.
Hold on. So are you saying that some of the film isn't in IMAX then?
I don't think so, but it really could just be the screen I was seeing it on.
Okay.
Because I thought that too, because I was like, I thought he said he shot this whole thing in IMAX, and then I saw some black bars in some moments, but that might have just been I don't know. It might have been on purpose.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't shoot the whole thing. I got to look into that.
Super chats, if I may, folks. Garth Knight for $5. Cheers, Garth. Catty's mom needs to walk into these writer rooms. I think we're going back to the Disney stuff and give them a lesson.
She would. This is terrible. I can't watch any more of this.
And Hooligan S3 for $10. Thank you, sir. He's a
Bommy Hill in a
Bommy world. It's blastastic. Commie simp suspected. Okay. Nearly. Okay. So
Brian,
these films have done exceptionally well, shall we say?
Yeah, they've already Barbie's probably close, but it could be it could be making profit here by Monday or Tuesday, and Oppenheimer is soon to follow.
Wow.
Well, Barbie, if it does make the money, oh my God, they're going to make a sequel, and it's probably going to be.
Oh, I heard about a Ken spinoff already.
Oh no.
Which would be the only reason to go, because Ken was the hilariously, ironically, the best part of the movie.
Right.
Okay. Shall we move on then? Yes.
Again, not far.
Not far.
So, who's seen this?
I
Not
saw
me.
it.
I did.
Cassie?
Yeah, it's terrible. I didn't. Well, I mean, this is the thing. Listen. When I sat down, because I didn't have any interest to see this movie, but I saw everybody was doing a review, and I was like, well, now I have to go see it. I have a 7-year-old daughter. I showed her the trailer multiple times. She had no interest in going to see this movie. So I just went by myself. I went to the first showing, and surprisingly, it wasn't sold out, but there was a lot of people there.
You're wearing pink.
I was not wearing. I was wearing a shirt.
lipstick?
It was blue. It had pink flamingos on it. My daughter picked it out. Anyways, I went, and the first, like, I think when she's in Barbie world, I think it's like the first 20 minutes or whatever. It's actually not bad. I was like, okay, maybe this isn't as bad as I thought it was. And then when she gets to the real world, the first 5 minutes isn't too bad either. Although one guy, he's like, hey baby, why don't you show me a smile? And I'm all like, do guys even do that anymore? I've never seen that happen. I've never done that before, but I'm like, fine, whatever. And then after that, it just went freaking downhill. I'm telling you what, once they went to Mattel and it's like looking like the inside of the Death Star, I'm all like, what's going on here? This is weird. I don't like it. And then like, America Ferrari, whatever her fucking name is, she gives this, that one. She gives this speech about what it is to be a woman and crap, and I'm all like, I wish I would have wrote it down, because I'm gonna ask my wife, is this what it's like to be a woman? And then like Will Ferrell was in there, and I'm like, what is his job here? But besides being annoying, it was weird. It was really weird.
That's what his job is.
I just I just like did not care for it. But you know, I mean, good for them making a bunch of movie, but like Problem said, they lied about it. So
yeah, here you go. Cosmic Castaway. I love it when new people arrive. Hello, Cosmic. Barbie is the biggest hoodwink in film history.
Yeah, I said this in the group chat, because I saw it Wednesday night, and I texted into the group immediately of just like, that was the best marketing I've ever seen, because it's almost like they learned the lesson that Disney hasn't, which is shut your cast up about talking about the message of your films if you're going to push a extremely progressive message that will turn people away.
Right.
They hid what the message was because it is not subtle. The word patriarchy is uttered at least 8 dozen times in the movie, and it's literally the crux and villain of the movie. Everything is done with malice and disdain for men, and it's not even arguable. It's the conclusion of the film almost like hand waves away like a matriarchy is bad too, but they don't utter that word. They try and make it seem like the ending of the movie is equality, but it's not what actually anyone watching this movie, 73% women, anyone watching this movie isn't going to walk away going, wow, man, like I really want equality now. What they'll walk away with is the shit that's literally on the poster now, which says like she is everything and he's just Ken. Like it's extremely feminist, and that's not a problem in and of itself, because like, you know, boys have their boy toys, and boys have their movies, and boys have their, you know, sports that are super male driven, and women should have that stuff too. But the thing is, it's like everything in this movie is about how difficult it is to be a woman because of how hard men make it. So it's like, it's not just like, it's not about how men have difficulties and women have difficulties exclusive to them. It's about women's difficulties that are brought on by men. And it's very blatant. It's not subtle. It's like, it's not even on the nose. It's like it enters your brainstem and gets grafted onto it. It's that absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, like Matt was saying, there's a scene where this woman gives a like it felt like a 5-minute spiel.
Oh my God, right.
How difficult it was to be a woman. And it's written that way, and half of it is blaming everything on men.
Yeah,
and my theater clapped and cheered.
Oh my God, there was a woman. There was a woman behind me who was like, she was like, "You got it, sister," and I was like, "Seriously, get the fuck out of here."
Woman in the background going, "You fucking tell it, girl."
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
that's depressing as hell.
Yeah, and there was one, and a part of this movie which really kind of annoyed me was it was a kind of anti-mother. There was this Barbie, this pregnant Barbie. They're all like, but that was discontinued because nobody wants to see their Barbie pregnant.
Yeah, and then there was, Will Ferrell sees them later and goes, "Ugh, weird, get away from
Wasn't
me."
the 2001 homage?
Yes, that's at the very
well.
beginning. Yeah. And I just want to say, like, and my twin brother told me that he said the greatest thing about motherhood. He said a mother is the best superhero a little girl will ever know.
Yes,
and I couldn't agree
yes.
with that more. And the thing that is I don't understand what this push is for women not to become moms these days. I'm like, my wife loves being a mom, so I don't understand this concept.
Depopulation.
It's so weird to me, and I just wish they would stop it. I really wish they would. Because
the thing is, though, I was doing a job on was it Friday or Saturday, and one of the actresses that I was working with had seen Barbie, and she was saying how good it was and stuff like that. And I said, "Oh, is it woke?" She goes, "No, it's not woke. It's really enjoyable and stuff like that." So it is possible, which it seems impossible, that people don't know what they're watching.
That's what indoctrination is, because it's very, like I said, you walk away, women would walk away feeling empowered and not realizing what it's like suggesting power is, which is like all the men. So like the crux of the movie is when Ken follows Barbie into the real world, he is immediately smitten and taken in by the patriarchal structure of the real world, and he goes to the library and gets a book about, it's literally called like The Rise of the Patriarchy, and it's on the book, and he walks around asking people about the patriarchy.
I will say, if I may, sorry for interrupting, the one time we needed Vex on here.
Her review was great.
Her review was really good.
Where are you?
Yeah, she destroyed
obviously
this
the
movie.
female perspective.
I think there'll be a lot of mothers taking their daughters or their sons as well to this,
Yeah.
and they're going to be like, hell no, especially if they've got a son as well, because why would they want to pass on to their daughter that their brother is somehow subservient or worse than he is?
Well, the worst thing about it is when the irony of the fact that the best part of the movie, inarguably, and it's almost like a through line, whether you're a man or woman who has gone to see it, is Ken. A man is the best part of this movie, and he's the only one getting like actual Oscar buzz and stuff. But the funny thing is that the thing that you're supposed to be rooting against is when Ken returns to Barbie Land and turns it into a patriarchy. And Barbie returns and is just like, oh no, like everything is bad now. But all the women there have apparently been hypnotized by the patriarchy, and they're super happy. They're like, oh, this is actually dope. Like, I don't have to do anything. I can do whatever I want. The men are doing everything. So like everyone's literally happier in Barbie Land now. and so the Barbie and the few women who were not quote unquote hypnotized by the patriarchy are pissed that all these women are now like happy.
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on. If these super empowered Barbie women are so empowered and amazing and wonderful, how comes it's so easy to become a patriarchy?
Well, that's the thing, right? Is the point is that like, oh no, like we're empowered independent women. If you believe what we believe, you couldn't possibly actually enjoy this life. You must be hypnotized.
But does that include
really fucked up way of looking at things?
Does that include men who become Barbie?
What's that?
Does that include men who become Barbies?
No, because they're Ken, and now they are empowered. So Barbie Land is supposed to be the mirror image of what Greta Gerwig, the director, sees as real society. So Barbie Land is a matriarchy, and all the women are there, and men are just the tag-alongs. All the Kens are just tag-alongs until Ken goes to the real world, realizes what a patriarchy is, and brings it back to Barbie Land, and now everyone is smitten with the patriarchy, and that needs to change, because that can't be. You can't possibly enjoy that, because that makes you a TERF, alt-right, whatever.
Yeah, folks. MJuke84, Mein Kampf, the Barbie story. And question from Garth: is Vex related to Mega Geek?
No,
my future
she's
ex-wife.
not. She's not, but she will be if she marries me. So there you go.
I'll let you know.
And also, super chat from Garth Knight for $5. Thank you so much, Garth. Ego Ian, this is for you. I'd pay $50 to watch Mega Geek watching Barbie at the cinema. Go on, Ian, you got to do it, man.
I'll take the $50.
No, I think Mattel might actually be shitting a brick here, because even though this will be financially successful, I am not sure the long-term effect on the brand is going to be positive. So I think on the net value of Mattel and Barbie going forward, if they link themselves to this film, if they put all their eggs in one basket with this film, I think that they will find a lot of mothers not on board with this at all.
Don't you think eggs is a very poor choice of words?
Why? You got a problem with
Thinking
that?
man's joke, everybody. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Nice one,
Think
Bernie.
about it all you want.
I was thinking hitch the wagons, but I couldn't think.
Chats, who's seen Barbie? I'm assuming everybody. I was. This again. This is the genius level marketing. I was half tempted to go see this.
Well, because it was advertised as it was smartly advertised as a fun romp for everyone. Even if you did, it literally says in the trailer in big pink bold words, if you love Barbie, you'll love this movie, and if you hate Barbie, you'll love this movie. It was basically trying to invite everyone in, like it was going to be Super Mario Brothers level safe, like, hey, this one is for everybody no matter what. And then you get there and it's literally just this fucking blunt forced trauma to the head of just like estrogen.
It'll be a big 12-inch dildo. That's what it'll be. Bang.
In all the orifices.
But there's the argument at the end, like it's literally hand waved away. It's an afterthought. But it's the argument that people are making of like, well, the ending is about equality. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It is not. And that's not what anyone's going to walk away from this movie remembering. What they're going to walk away from remembering is the word patriarchy over and over and over. And that woman's 5-minute speech about how difficult it is to be a woman, and half of those reasons are brought on by men.
I bet you it is.
That's what people will remember.
If you ask half the cast, if not all of the cast, what a woman is, they couldn't tell you. They couldn't tell you.
It's interesting.
It's an assault on femininity too. Vex did a good job of breaking that down. Where like, Barbie is everything feminine, everything pink. As the movie goes on, she has less and less makeup on, but that doesn't even matter because Margot Robbie's gorgeous, so she's just gorgeous in general. But by the end of the movie, she's wearing just regular ass clothes. It says it's trying to break down gender norms because Kens need to stop simping after Barbies and find themselves, and how Barbie finds herself is to be less feminine and be more like a man. So it's
depopulation,
it's everybody. And all it's done is actually reinforce gender roles, because this weekend 73% of the goddamn audience was female. So all it did was reinforce the thing it says it's trying to break away from.
So this seems to me like, well, the Get Woke Go Broke thing was because they were trying to feminize masculine franchises. And what they've really only gone and improved is that women will go and watch a Barbie movie, and that's what they'll gravitate towards. So all this gender breaking stereotypes and all this nonsense just absolutely falls flat on its face.
It is. It's absolute nonsense. And every time something like this happens, like they're going to project the message that they clearly didn't get even though it's right in front of your face. Like, no, hi, a bright pink Barbie movie brought in 3/4 of your audience as female.
And Compton Street was empty. Right, so,
Brian, are you available to read a super chat, please, in one of your finest presenter voices?
Certainly, Mr. Brown. Guy Ramos for what the hell's
Real, I think they're Brazilian.
5490 says it heavily, expectedly emphasized the patriarchy bull, but did turn its criticism towards women. How sorority can be harmful to them, and all the excluded Barbies, the awkward one, the pregnant one, and the crazy cat lady one.
Yeah, but the way that it's, yes, you can make that argument because it touches on everything in a way, but you know where the emphasis is. There's a reason why patriarchy was said 20 fucking times, and why they didn't mention the word matriarchy once in reference to Barbie. There's a reason why that they did that. And even if you're not looking into it at all, if you look at it at surface level, the emphasis is more on patriarchal structure as being bad, and the other way around is just more of an afterthought, and it's there almost obligatorily. Like, it has to be so that you can't just call this movie misandrous, because you can just go like, well, they kind of said equality is a good thing. It's there because it's an obligation. That's all.
It's very
because
insidious.
if they actually meant it, they would have said, oh man, this matriarchy in Barbie Land's bad. They never said that fucking word one time. Not once.
Blue Man, have you been taking lessons off Lord with the big words?
No, I got a thesaurus the other day.
I salute your. It's like you're watching a different film to the rest of us.
Well, I haven't seen it, bro.
Especially me.
Well, you have time to sit. Like, I saw it Wednesday so I had 3 or 4 days to sit and think about it while I was writing my script.
Stewing.
Stewing, yeah.
Oh, okay. Is anybody going to go see it then?
See this as well, you know that, don't you? I love
stereotyping. Stop stereotyping.
I'm not stereotyping. I'm telling you what I saw.
But stereotypes exist.
There was a lot of
Ian, I think. Listen,
they do. They do.
$50, Ian. I think you should go see it. Go see it.
Should I wear pink, Ian? You reckon I should wear pink?
I think you'd look very fetching in pink.
Just not that.
Okay, I'll go.
Go watch it
this
and
was
report
a funny
back to
comment. All the Kens are well fit, yet women are body positive, inclusive naturally.
Right.
And that's true. There's a fat Barbie.
That's true.
There's a fat Barbie, and there is a beta male Ken. No, his name's Alan.
Alan, yeah.
And he's played by Michael Cera, and he gets his beta male fantasy fulfilled because he beats up a bunch of chads in the movie.
For the thickos like me, what is a beta male?
Incel type, one that's a simp that'll go along with whatever anyone says. No alpha bone in his body to do
you mean
anything.
under the thumb?
Yeah, and he's like a skinny little bitch, and he didn't like the patriarchy. He couldn't wait for Barbie Land to come back either.
Yeah.
In the bin, Barbie.
In the chat, Jeffrey Spinner asks the tough question: what is Vex's channel? It's in the description.
Yes,
it's in the description, my friend.
Well worth a sub.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she's great.
Yeah, she just put out her best review she's done yet. She's getting better every time.
She's almost got as many subs as me.
Yeah,
Unbelievable, isn't it?
She's great. Yeah.
Okay.
Love her.
So,
more than me.
Anything to add, anybody?
Yeah.
Bag of shite.
Bag of shite.
Bag of shite.
Okay.
Bag of shite.
Bag of shite.
Bag of dicks. Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
No, it's not Jesus. It's well, I suppose in Warner Brothers' eyes it will be. Greta Gerwig has scored the biggest opening weekend for a director.
Oh, good for you.
That's assuming her gender, and I don't believe in stuff
You
like
don't
that.
feel comfortable with that, do you?
Okay, no.
Perhaps you can use some of that money and you get a bit of therapy and make a better film next time.
No,
She
no,
said,
good on
go
her.
ahead.
Good on her. That's what I say. I mean, she worked hard on it and it made a lot of money. So now she's going to get more work. So good on her, I guess. Sorry.
Yeah, to push out more dumb shit like this. Like she said, so this is where the mindset is. She said that in an interview, and I put this clip in my review too, so that you have actual proof. She said that the matriarchal structure of Barbie Land is supposed to be holding up a mirror to us, the audience, so that we can see, what it's like for women in today's world living in a patriarchal structure. And I was like, dude, in Barbie Land, women do everything. So what you're doing is manifesting your fucking problems. It's not 1925. Like, there's a vice president of the United States that's a woman. What are you talking about?
Right.
Like, you're talking about problems that happened 100 years ago. And it's like this victimhood status that is very modern. And it's like, of course you would be saying this kind of shit because you have to manifest problems because you live in America. Like, you don't have any goddamn problems. You have to make them up.
Mm-hmm. It's so true. So true.
Yeah, go be a woman in Bangladesh or something.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this
back.
movie being this big and more people going to see this, like one of the biggest problems of the movie is that Barbie gets cellulite. And I was like, yes, that is much more important than the existential crisis of creating a goddamn atomic bomb and humans creating the means of their own destruction. You should definitely go see Barbie. That's the problem of our time.
Well, her name is Greta, let's face it.
What is it with these Gretas?
She's going to be the golden.
She is.
She's golden, isn't she?
Yeah, she's going to make a film with Wally Bridge, whatever her name is. So,
yeah,
that's
perfect. It's called Les Off.
Yeah.
Here you go. Sorry, chat moved up. Here you go. Garth Knights, $5. Thank you, Garth. So generous. Thank you, my friend. $20 says Greta Gerwig directs the high.
Apparently, they're not making any more Star Wars, according to Doomcock. Yeah.
It's a crazy world, though. Here you go. New face. Cosmic Castaway for $5. Thank you, my friend. Note to Greta. If you lived in a patriarchy, you wouldn't be able to say patriarchy in public.
One of the most protected groups on the planet is white middle-class American women.
Mm-hmm.
Only in America.
They have the privilege to complain about this shit.
Only in America. If they went to any other country and said all this crap, they'd probably get beaten up.
Oh, exactly. It's interesting to think of how many people outside of America want to come here, and I'm sure they are questioning, why do people who live in America talk so much shit about it?
I love your country.
I do too.
Me too.
But you know what? These people are just destroying your great country from within, and it's spreading throughout the world. It's like a contagion.
I'm sorry.
It's all your fault.
You're on Oppenheimer.
Hey, dude, I'm trying to have balance. I have this opinion, and I have blue hair in my avatar. So it's a balance.
I think we should chuck this thing in the bin. That's what I say.
Matt I, or is it Matt One? Well, no, it's Matt I for $2. I regret going to see.
That is a great dad joke.
Powder blue and pink, don't they go beautiful together?
Wonderful.
Almost like a flag, if you like. A specific type of flag.
Oh,
no. See, you don't get this on Nerdrotic. Gui Ramos for future reference, Brownie. BRL 54.99 is $9. God bless. Exchange rates.
Less is more.
what's that in real money?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Stream killer.
I really don't know what to say. This woman is just sorry. I'm assuming her gender again. Sorry. This
looks like she's come to empty the bins.
Yeah.
the world is this person's oyster. Agreed.
No,
Yeah.
well, everything's shut down in Hollywood, so it remains to be seen when everything is settled whether they will carry on with this nonsense because they are losing a lot of money. But then this film made a crap load of money using the crap that's in it. So
Through lying.
through
A lot
lying,
of
yes,
lying.
that's weird.
Jimmy
So
Nail.
weird.
She's lying.
Jimmy Nail.
1992, Brown. Nice one.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Nothing but the best in terms of modern cultural references.
Oh yes.
Up to the minute.
31-year-old reference, everybody. Up to date with Mr. Brown Alliance.
Oh God, we still haven't moved away from this.
So even Ben Shapiro's having to take one for the team.
He
goes
makes a
there,
lot
does
of
he?
money to do it, though.
Yeah,
he
he'll make
does,
shitloads
yeah.
of money from it, but there you go. He hated
Talks
it, didn't
really
he?
fast, doesn't he?
He hated
Talks
it.
really fast.
He talks so fast, I don't know how his brain functions.
Yeah.
It's rapid fire.
We've said this before. Top tip, everybody: if you
He's
watch
all
a
of them.
Ben Shapiro video, put it on 0.75
Yeah.
speed. It's spot on, folks.
Well, because he's much smaller, so like an ant is faster to us, but in reality, you see
yeah.
that. So he's living a small
Okay.
world.
What's so funny about Ben Shapiro is he'd be talking about something and then suddenly he'll go, now let's talk about mattresses. Mattresses are really
That
good.
is-
Buy these mattresses here.
Salesman.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
I'd love Ben Shapiro to come on one of these, but anyway.
I like him. I think he's
Yeah, I do.
great. I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
great. He's really. I
He's
really
very
enjoy his show.
sardonic.
He's very
Um,
sardonic.
Ben Shapiro, Mr. Shapiro, would you join us one Sunday, please? I'm going to clip this and put it on your Twitter. I'm sure you won't watch it, but it's worth a try. Did anybody see his review?
I did.
No.
Oh, he was
I
just
don't watch
totally
Shapiro.
destroying it. It's pretty much saying exactly the same thing you were saying, movie.
Yeah.
Utter dog shit.
Yeah, he made like a 45-minute review, didn't he?
He
42
did, yeah.
minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch Shapiro at all.
Yeah, I normally don't watch Ben Shapiro, but I
He's
did
all right,
watch his
he's all right.
review. Just because I had done writing my notes for my review, so I was like, all right, now I can
He's
watch.
all right. I like him. He's all right.
Yeah, I like him as well. I think he's.
I'm
fun.
not a fan. I think he takes things a bit too far. I'm with him to a
Well, it's
certain
his
point,
job,
and
though,
then he
isn't
goes
it?
and wastes it by being an arse.
Yeah.
Not a fan. I didn't like his interview with Andrew Neil. I thought him and Andrew Neil might have been nice combatants, but he spat the dummy and walked out a couple of years back.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Mr. Generous himself, these big Night Industries millionaires, Garth Knight, for $5. Chat. We won't see an Attack of the Clones stream till Brownie hits 3K subs. Let family and friends know of the best gathering of talent on the tubes that are you.
God, are you sure you're watching the right channel, mate? Jeez.
This channel doesn't get recommended by YouTube at all. It's just
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I get recommended from this channel all the time on my phone and on YouTube. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I disagree.
Oh well, I get them.
YouTube doesn't prioritize streams with channels with live streams. but
I'll
anyway.
get them.
Here you go, Fiona M. Thank you, Fiona, for $2. Powder blue, pink, beautiful. A woman. Am I allowed to say that nowadays?
Yes, you are. You are.
A beast destroyed Lucasfilm. That's power.
Well, she's damaged it. Put it that way.
Using the
Dead.
word woman is part of the patriarchy, I think, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Anyway, okay. So if you've not checked it out, folks, I think it's 42, 43, 3/4 of an hour. It was quite an entertaining watch. I think I watched it on Twitter, so obviously all these big channels are going on Twitter now. Shall we move on?
Yes, please. Please.
Last year, Ryan Gosling says that he took on the role of Ken after seeing Ken face down in the mud next to a squished lemon. He said to Greta Gerwig, "I shall be your Ken, for this story must be told."
Get in the bin.
What does that mean?
I thought he was a nice guy. Now he's just an idiot.
I think it's too much acid. Or not enough.
I didn't read this article. He saw this picture and was like, "Yeah, I want to be Ken because of this."
He's an idiot.
This is weird. This is so weird.
I want to be Ken. How much?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a how much question for sure.
Yeah.
A fifth of the budget probably went to him.
Here you go. Black lives or black
so-
votes. Ryan Cooksling.
I get that one.
Here we go. Z3PO. So stunning. So brave.
Indeed.
All this stuff is
R2.
coming from America.
It means he's a moron.
Crazy.
Yeah, sort it out.
Here you go, folks. Certus Parabuses for $5. See, again, you don't get this on Nerdrotic. At exchange rates in America, you only need 2,834 subscribers for Attack.
That's funny.
It's a
That was a good
Thinking Man's
one.
joke. Well done. Okay. Anything to add? Is this just him talking shit?
Yeah, it's a load of shit. Move on.
Yeah, I think he's just talking shit. I mean, like, they probably sold it to him by suggesting, like, hey, you know how Ken's just, Barbie's side bitch? We want to give him a character arc. And he's like, I'm the man for that, yeah.
You'll get to kiss Margot Robbie, and you'll be like, "Oh,
He didn't
that's
though,
it.
did he?
what?"
That'll be the sequel.
Yeah,
What?
because like that's the whole point of the movie is Ken is made to simp after Barbie, but she's not in love with him. She needs, she doesn't follow the narrative that she's been given. She wants to be independent.
Yeah.
Is the sequel going to be announced this week?
I wouldn't be shocked. But they would probably, well, first of all, they would need to have already signed them on for sequels to do that because they can't do
Yeah,
any negotiations
that's
or
true.
anything with actors right now.
That's true.
So as soon as the strike's over.
Yeah.
Nobody's standing
After
down,
Christmas.
though. The studios are standing their ground, and they're not given an inch. And all the actors are not, all standing their ground, and the rights stand. So it's not going to end soon. I'd be
Christmas,
pretty
they're
surprised.
saying. Not, they can see it going towards Christmas, maybe even after Christmas. Keep
Here you
going,
go,
as far
folks.
as
This is Top Modding. Here you go. Melvin Deeply, big supporter of this channel.
Hey.
If everyone here makes another Google account, that's called a burner account, isn't it? Or a stooge account. I have several. And then subs to Brown, that will take us across the line.
No, that doesn't work because they're counting your. It doesn't, does it?
Burner
Because it's your
accounts,
what do you call that stupid thing that's connected to your emails and stuff like that? Unless you
IP.
do, IP
IP
unless you
address.
IP address. Unless you do the that thing that bounces your thing around the world and then they don't recognize your IP.
The VPN.
VPN.
VPN. Sorry, my brain's on shutdown tonight. Sorry. Yeah.
It's on strike.
Yeah.
Barbie's damaged to the brain
Along with the
cells.
other actors. 'Cause they shut their
Here you
brains
go.
down.
Smilex, my other account is Fiona M. Very good.
Love Fiona. She's lovely.
Yeah, Fiona's great.
Okay. Shall we proceed? Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Long.
Bogged down.
Thank God for that.
Thank God for that. Okay, so sorry folks, I should have done an orange background, sorry. Who's seen Oppenheimer?
God, this clashes.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it? Sorry folks.
I wonder what size Kelly Murphy is on the Japanese poster version. What do you think? They've done a fin.
It's probably black on the Japanese.
Is it out
Other
in
way around.
Japan?
No, it's not. Fair enough.
I wonder why.
So
He actually visited Japan. J.
Yeah.
Robert Oppenheimer. Yep, 1960s for some talks, some
he come
lectures.
back?
Surprised they didn't. He did. Surprising they didn't actually lynch him. But anyway, moving on.
If that writing wasn't at the bottom of that poster, you could mistaken it for an Indiana Jones movie, couldn't you?
So, who's seen it?
Yeah, I did.
Anyone else first?
Not
Will I go
me.
first? Will I go? I've seen it.
You go on, Brian. You've been waiting.
I have. Can I just say I'm going to have to rely on my notes here because I've been drinking heavily to get myself through the Barbie part of this show. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie from start to finish. I would even go and see it again, believe it or not.
Wow.
It just felt like proper cinema, and it's the first time we've seen something like that for a long, long time. I thought it was strong performances all round, especially Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. I thought the camera work was great, the composition was great. I really liked how they used the really shallow depth of field for most of the shots. It gave it a kind of really kind of more personal and intimate portrayal. It wasn't without its faults. I think this film, it is still very, very good in my opinion. I felt that the music, as is typical with a lot of Nolan's films, is really very overbearing to the point of being intrusive, I think, in parts. But one thing that did do, as much as I'm being critical of it, was that it made the silence that happened during the Trinity test much more impactful, I thought.
Yeah.
And I think that Trinity test is really the kind of crux of the movie, because that's where they obviously they make the bomb and test it and they know it's going to work. So that's the moment everything changes. But one thing I really struggled with it was trying to empathize with Oppenheimer after he had created the bomb. Because, you know, earlier in the film you see him and he's been very selfish and he's been really quite dangerously naive at points and overly ambitious. So, you know, I couldn't really feel for the guy while he was being ostracized. So I think when, and this is a bit of a spoiler unless you know your history, I think when Downey's Levi Strauss is made to be the antagonist instead of Yahtzee Germany, I found it kind of slightly shallow. I thought the ending was clever and poignant, but I think it was quite diluted because of the impact that the Trinity test scene had. So I think maybe structurally it could be better. If you knew your history, I think you wouldn't have too much of a problem. One thing I was very surprised about was they didn't really show any of the devastation of Hiroshima or Nagasaki. I thought they would have focused on that affair, but I think maybe the reason they did that was I think they were focusing on the wider implications of creating the bomb, you know, rather than the sort of risk that it poses to life in the present day. And I think the final scene with Einstein probably backs that up. Einstein played brilliantly by Tom Contents. I think that was a big surprise. So, and also I think if they'd focused on the devastation of Japan, beyond that point, absolutely no one is going to have any sympathy with Oppenheimer whatsoever. So it's probably a good reason they left that out. But overall, I would highly recommend going to see it. The 3 hours didn't bother me in the slightest.
Same here.
And I was entertained from start to finish.
Movie Cynic?
Yeah, Brian said it pretty brilliantly. I'll see if I can bring anything else to the table. But it might be different watching it as an American, just because I feel like, you know, there's some like guilt, just because, you know, it was created.
You didn't do nothing.
I know, but like as we're sitting there watching it, by the time they get to the point of the creation of the bomb, which, as Brian pointed out, they do not focus on the. It's mentioned, but they don't focus. I thought the third act was going to be the bombing of Japan. That did not happen. You know, it's not shown or anything like that. The focus of this movie is the creation of the bomb, and once it gets to that, which is. After the first 30 minutes, this movie is just on a crescendo and you're just on a ride. And it's just this incredible sense of dread and build up to that moment. And once it got to that moment and the test actually works and the bomb goes off, like I teared up in the theater because it's like, you know, the story, you know, if you have any sense of history at all, even just cliff notes, you know how important this moment was. And so the fact that Nolan can capture it, because that's his job, like the emotional crux is real because it happened in real life, but he has to capture and execute it right. And he did. It's brilliant because when the bomb goes off, You have probably every emotion that Oppenheimer was having. There's this sense of wonderment, this sense of like, holy shit, we did it. And then this ominous sense of what it is going to mean for the future. And it's this movie is so heavy that it probably requires multiple viewings, but I cannot watch this movie again for a while. It stuck with me all night. I was thinking about it into the next day. I had to start focusing on writing my Barbie review, so that got me away from it. But I have to enter this world again, and it's certainly not without its flaws. It has its typical Nolan pacing issues, I'd say. But once it gets on the crescendo towards the creation of the bomb, it doesn't let up. And making Strauss, Robert Downey Jr.'s character, kind of the villain of the movie, I actually like that because, like, this was about what we did to Japan, and not the Nazis were already defeated. So it wouldn't make sense to lean that way. And it's actually really interesting that the Russians play a massive role in this, because when you think of World War II, typically you're thinking of Nazi Germany and Japan. But Russian infiltration into Los Alamos is a huge factor in this movie too. It has a lot of Nolanisms for good or bad, but it's probably his most mature work. It's one of his best films. I think it's one of the best World War II films, which is saying a lot because there's no action, there's none of that. But its importance is probably going to stand the test of time.
Do you think this was hard work watching this, considering, for me, when I was in the cinema watching this, I thought this is a grown-up adult movie.
Yep.
And we've not had too many of those of late. Did you two find it hard work to view this and kind of get into it like I did? Because we're so used to crap.
No, I didn't. To be honest, it was a breath of fresh air, despite how heavy the source material obviously is. And to be honest, one of my concerns was thinking that we know what happens in this film, and how is he going to be able to pull off keeping the tension going, and yet he does it from start to finish. It's incredible. It really is.
When the bomb goes off, you could hear a pin drop in the movie theater. It was
there was a
silent.
few in with my theatre.
Yeah.
All adults as well.
He really captures as if the moment of when the world changed, essentially.
Yes.
Just through the silence. That's what I was saying about the music being overbearing for so long. It just made that work. As much as I hated the music for a lot of big parts of the film.
I think that's a sound mixing problem, and that is such a Nolan thing. Like, we had Dark Knight on here earlier today, and that is just such a Nolanism. That's like for ill, where he wants you to listen to his movies and see his movies at like max brightness, max volume, so like you can't hear what the hell people are saying because the sound and the music is so loud. Yeah,
a couple of moments you thought, what?
Yeah.
I loved Matt Damon in this, and I don't tend to like him in many things, but I thought he was really good, surprisingly good. Do you know what? There probably wasn't a bad performance in the entire film, to be quite honest.
No,
I didn't see Gary Oldman. He was in it.
He was the
Truman. President. Yeah.
Was
Did you miss it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good thing about him, is he plays all these character roles, but you hardly ever recognize him in anything. I always find that with him.
Yeah.
He's great. He was, in his small part, he was fantastic.
I was just about to ask this.
MGK4 for £2. That's real money. Powder blue, pink, very nice. Just get to the, what's that say?
Boobs.
Boobs.
Needs more evidence.
Yeah, how are Florence Pugh's
amazing? I am such a Florence Pugh fan.
All this talk about nuclear war and bombs and all this heavy stuff. Oh yeah, boobs. Talk about the boobs half.
Who saw that tweet today where somebody said, all male film, we got the first female performance about 22 minutes in, and it was Florence Pugh getting a kit off.
Yeah, imagine a biopic actually sticking to reality. How weird. We probably should have race swapped everybody.
Right.
And gender swapped
What
people.
is wrong with these fucking people?
They're absolute fucking idiots that have nothing better to do.
Yeah, they were watching Barbie. Here you go, Garth Knights for $5. Thank you, Garth. Brownie and crew. What should I see first between MI7 and Oppenheimer? And what setting, i.e. IMAX / Dolby?
I mean, I'd see every movie in IMAX if you could. If you can still catch an MI7 IMAX, do that first, because Oppenheimer will be in IMAX for a while, and like MI7 was only in IMAX for a week. So if you can find one,
I saw it
So
in
that-
IMAX.
Just think there was two scenes, a couple of different bits that took me out of this movie. One of them was some of the surrealism, especially with the sex scene, and the other one was I started to get shades of the flashbacks to the Dark Knight when he was in the stadium.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the bomb
yeah.
underneath. I'm thinking, what the fuck's Bane?
Yeah.
Paul Chatto said this was like a painting, a audio visual experience from start to finish.
Yeah, I think that's where Nolan shines the best. Besides just being a conceptual genius, I think that's where his writing shines, is more in story concepts instead of the actual dialogue and character development. I think that visually he is one of the most stunning, and like when you see a Nolan movie, you just know it's his movie.
I would agree with that.
And that's I learned in art school a long time ago that saying I can recognize your work is like the biggest compliment you can get as an artist. So
Nice.
I like being able to say it when it applies, and for Nolan it totally applies.
Because it means you have a certain style.
Yeah, you're original. Like, I know
Do you
it's
think
you.
that-
That's a huge compliment.
I think the ending was a very Nolan-esque ending.
Man, that ending was so simple and also so heavy.
Yeah.
It was so heavy. Brilliant ending.
Here you go, folks. Uninspired reviewer.
Heavy.
What did you think about the visual explosion of the bomb at Mr. Brown Alliance? It was quite off-putting because we saw the bomb go up. For some reason, it didn't look like a very, very large explosion, but it was
Yeah.
practical.
Yep.
I did like it how it was just silent. Everybody was just looking at it, and it was silence, and then all of a sudden, yeah.
How did that go? Do that again.
The
No
theatre
expense spared.
shook. Yeah. Movie, what did you think?
Well, I saw an IMAX, so it's just enormous anyway. I
Wow.
remember thinking it's how they shot it. I hate to say it was a little underwhelming. The actual visual explosion itself, when you think of a nuclear bomb going off, you think of the tests you've seen on YouTube or any pictures of it that you've seen growing up. It's totally different. It's a nighttime scene. And it looks like, when you think of a nuke explosion, you don't think of an actual fireball, and it is. So it wasn't what I expected, but that doesn't make it any less grand. It was still, you're feeling what the characters are feeling because they clearly had never seen anything like that in their life, and you're living vicariously through them.
Here you go, uninspired. It was underwhelming, yeah. It was
I don't know. I think it's
marginal.
To me, it was focusing on the character's reaction.
Yeah.
And it was almost, a lot of it was surreal when they showed you the explosion. It wasn't really focused on the explosion itself, and even some of the footage of the explosion just took up the whole screen. It was less as if you were actually seeing it, although there was shots in it. It was more about the poignancy of what was happening and everyone's reaction to it. Anyway.
No, CGI was at a very, very minimum on
They
this.
should have used a real nuke.
Yeah. It was so great just to see a film where no CGI.
I think I saw a post where there were only 7 visual effects artists or something like that. So it just speaks to the fact that yeah, there was like no CGI used in this movie. So I appreciate that. I always use Nolan movie like in The Dark Knight when the truck flips over in the second act. That had way more impact than a million CGI fights with 1,000 creatures that you've seen because it was real, but it was just a truck flipping over.
Yeah, but you know what though? When I first saw that, I thought that was a model. It looked like a model, and I've watched it again.
Oh, it's real.
And it
really
I know it's real, but it still looks like a model. It really does. Anyway, that was just my thought.
Okay, so are we recommending this to watch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this.
Well, hearing you guys talk, I'm going to see it now. So.
It's for myself. It was okay. It's Nolan. Let's go see it.
I don't really like Nolan, but guys get high praise. So
yeah,
out.
But the main thing is, God, it was just so good to see some adult, grown-up, old school cinema.
Yeah.
What, Barbie wasn't that?
What was that?
Sorry, that was me.
I read someone post that like Barbie was more emotionally wrenching than this, and I was just like, dude, you are a fucking child. God.
Yeah, because it makes you angry.
Yeah,
Like-
it's crazy. That someone said that.
Why does it make you angry? I'm just indifferent to everything now.
Well, I was pissed. I wasted so much money.
Yeah,
and
well,
time.
yeah.
Like I was like,
when I go see a movie, it's going to be crap
Okay,
anyway.
I'm trying to kind of put this into a synopsis before we move on. I'm thinking this off the cuff. Okay, so obviously we know that the world is very polarized in pretty much most things. Yes.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
And
Very good.
this weekend is just kind of it's just a metaphor for that, really, because we had Barbie for the fucking airheads and the bubbleheads and the fucking narcissistic people, and this for the adults in the room. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Go see it, everybody.
Move along.
Go see it. 3 hours worth your time. But not everybody. Okay. Gary Nerdrotic. Oppenheimer was an extremely pretentious series of objective and subjective events presented in a non-linear fashion with all the heart and soul of IKEA instructions.
Bollocks.
No, I was emotionally invested by the I don't know the 35-minute mark. I was like sold emotionally, and I mean the movie had me tear up a couple times. It was emotionally heavy, and I left the theater just kind of in awe. So I can't agree with them here. Like
That's interesting. Because your review and Brian's review and his review, now I'm definitely want to see this to see which one is right.
Well, you,
Ian,
do you not claim to be I can't speak. Do you not claim to be a director?
Well, the thing is, I don't claim to be a director. I am a director. That's the thing.
Okay. Well,
But,
it just surprises me why you weren't interested to go see
Because-
a director's film. I don't
Because
get it.
I don't like Chris Nolan's the last 2 films Chris Nolan put out. I didn't like them. So he's brought this one out. Why would I go and see it? Because I didn't like the last 2. So that's my reasoning. But
I didn't like him either.
Yeah, but if
3 times the charm, though, isn't it?
No, well, whatever. But if you guys like, I respect movie cynics viewpoint because I
So
think
do
he's got
I.
a very good sense of films, and I love Brian. And Brian, if Brian says it's good,
So do
and
I.
and you're saying it's
Too
good,
kind.
and Nerderotic is saying it isn't. So I'm now curious. Now I really want to see
Well,
this film.
somewhere in the middle, there's the truth.
Yeah, I guess. But, yeah.
Live your truth.
Should he go see it on IMAX though? Movie?
No, I'm going to go
100%.
see it in IMAX. Yeah. There's no way I'm not going to see this in IMAX.
Yeah,
no
you've
way.
got to see it in IMAX.
Yeah. Got to go and see it. Right, I'm sold. Okay.
And then no, what you should do is right. Okay, go see Barbie for $50.
No, I'm not going to. Oh God, $50.
And
Yeah,
then
I'll give it a $50.
as a palate cleanser, go see Oppenheimer.
Okay. I'm looking forward to Oppenheimer, as I said, because of what you guys said. Sounds like an experience. So I'll go.
What was really strange was coming out of Oppenheimer and thinking about the possible end of the world and how horrendous it would be.
Yeah.
And then seeing an army of pink and thinking, oh, maybe it might not be so bad after.
That's funny.
There you go, Ashley Andrew.
Go watch Oppenheimer and then go and watch Threads afterwards.
Oh God, no.
And not the 1984 post-nuclear.
Yeah.
Gary doesn't like it because it didn't reference the comics.
I mean, what you call it? Everyone is entitled to their opinions, right?
But he's wrong.
No, look? I don't look. No one's right, no one's wrong. It's just people's opinions, isn't it? There's no point getting het up about it. Do you know what I mean?
Here you go, Garth Knight. I respect at Movie Cynic, well, we all do, over Gary for sure. But like at Mega says, I definitely need to see it now.
Yeah, and just remember too that the movie does have Nolan isms, and if you've seen Nolan movies, you know what I'm talking about. The pacing, the editing, like it bounces around a lot, and that's what he normally does. And it's a biopic, and most biopics do that too. So you combine the two, and it's a really fast pace for a movie that's 3 hours long. So it's not flawless, but I definitely am interested to see what you have to say.
Listen.
I just think, folks, if you've got 4 hours to spare and you want to get out of the house, you got a bit stir crazy and you've got the money, just go see it.
How long was
just get
Mission
out of the
Impossible
house.
7? How long was Mission Impossible? It wasn't 3 hours, was it? It was
2 and 3/4.
Yeah, 2 and
and when I was in the cinema, there was a few people that actually went for a piss as the film was going. So I'm not going to drink anything when I
Top
watch
tip,
this
don't
movie.
drink before you go in. Do
Yeah,
not drink before you go in, folks.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
not drink before you go in. But
yeah, I managed to sit through this whole thing without going. So
yeah, same here. Just worth your time, folks. Yeah, just
yeah, that's a great way of putting it. It's worth your time seeing. Like I don't think anyone is walking out of Oppenheimer hating that movie. So
Apart from Gary.
well, that's not like he hated it. He said he gave it a 6.5 in the next tweet right underneath. That's not a terrible,
it's
not a terrible score.
Yeah. Exactly.
you go to see a Nolan film because you go to the cinema for the experience. You don't want to watch it on TV at home where you can just do whatever on your phone, blah, blah, blah. You go to see a Nolan film for the cinema experience, and that's what really you should go to see every film for. But anyway,
I saw an interview with him and he was talking about how he never sits down when he's directing. He says because if you sit down, you get tired, and when you get tired, you fall asleep. So he has a director's chair, but he never sits in it.
here you go in. For the sake of the comments, Mega Geek, that's you in. I hated Tenet. Are you eating?
No, I'm not.
Sorry, that was me. I apologize.
Oh, are you eating?
Sorry, apologies.
I thought Interstellar was decent, but not the best. I loved this. Give it a shot.
I will. Yeah, I will. You guys have convinced me, so I'm definitely going to go and see it. I'll probably go and see it. Not tomorrow, but probably Wednesday or something.
Go
or
with
Tuesday.
Keith.
Nah, yeah, I could go. I could ask him if he wants to get his.
Yeah, go with
Although
Keith.
he's probably seen it. He's probably seen it. But anyway.
Right. Okay. Shall we move on then, folks?
Sure.
Okay. Nolan's been doing a few interviews. So I've been clipping a couple. So there's a little bit of Nolan stuff. People will tell you the success of Star Wars had nothing to do with its visual effects. It was down to its great story. That's not the case. It is indeed a great story, but it's also an incredible visual and oral experience.
I love a good oral experience.
Oral.
When I can get it, yes.
But no, he's right though. He's right. A lot of people went to see this because of word of mouth, and also the fact that the special effects was something new. You know, it was you'd never seen effects like you saw. If you watch 2001, the ships are moving at they're really slow and everything, and then we see things speeding around and blasters and stuff like that. It was something new. So I think he's right. People did.
I feel like as a movie critic, I've I began the channel because of the storytelling in movies. But like talking to people like Andrew, who's in the chat, and I'm going to be on his show too soon. And he's on Beast Up all the time. He's into the actual visual. He's in school for the visual aspect of film. And I streamed with someone named Lofty Pixels last night, and he is very into the audio and visual world of film. And it's like I forget or take for granted that aspect of filmmaking because it's almost like I don't know, the bar quality is pretty high nowadays, so it's like every movie looks great. But I don't know, talking to people who appreciate it at that level just reminded me that it's not just the storytelling format. Like, it is audio, it is visual, and all that stuff is really important.
It's not only Star Wars either. I mean, I will always say this. If you look at Casablanca, the visuals in that film is off the charts. It really is. I mean, I say this hand on heart. It's got fantastic photography. It's got shadows on the wall that introduce characters. It really is a visual treat. And the way it's directed is old school directing, which I love. And visuals and sound do play a huge part in the movie experience. So I kind of agree with
here you go, Dick and Balls, original Star Wars effects or She-Hulk effects. How far we've fallen.
Yeah. Well, I think the design language of films, I mean, if you look at I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and the design language is incredible. But and that's very indicative of a particular type of director or production team or studio. Although I did feel that sometimes things tend to be over-designed, and in Guardians, I felt that it suited more a science fiction film than a superhero in space kind of film. There's a difference there. So I don't know. I do agree with things like Star Wars, Dune. Blade Runner, you've got all that very, very distinctive world-building design language that is absolutely key to making a film iconic. And I think if you look at things like Blade Runner and Dune, Star Wars, those design elements make that world believable, and that's what sells it to you.
Also, what sells it is that the realism, like for instance, if you see Blade Runner, all the spinners that are flying, they are actual models that you can see that they are solid. They're and then when you see CGI, your mind connects to the CGI and you know it's not real. And that's the huge difference between Star Wars and say, I'd say something like, I mean, I hate to say it, Dune effects are brilliant, right? But my mind could not separate from this is CGI. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I totally agree.
Uncanny Valley,
Did anybody see the trailer for Dune? Was it Dune 2?
I saw it.
Yeah. It looks good.
It looks good.
Steady.
Pumped, bro.
I can't wait. That book is amazing.
Cannot wait for Dune 2. Was it Dune 2?
Yeah, part 2.
Dune.
Was it June? Anyway.
July.
He's right, isn't he? Should we move on?
Move along.
Yeah, let's move on.
Move along. Okay.
It's Louis Strauss from Oppenheimer.
Christopher Nolan says Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is one of the greatest casting decisions in the history of movies.
Okay.
And he's again right, because he brought a side to Iron Man that was never in the comics. Never. He brought Robbie Downey Jr. to Tony Stark. That's what he did. So I agree. Totally agree.
It changed the movie industry. It changed it.
Yeah.
I couldn't see him as Tony Stark for a good couple of years. I just always envisaged Tony Stark to be this massive, imposing character, but he really did bring his own style, and
brilliant.
without him, having said that, it always gives a bit of credibility to comic book movies if they can get a big star in. They did that with Batman. They did it with Superman back in the day as well.
Yeah.
Right on.
Catty, any thoughts?
Oh no, I agree with everybody. I'm just I would just piggyback on everybody's thoughts. He did great as Iron Man. I haven't seen Oppenheimer, so I don't know about his performance there.
What did you particularly like about Iron Man?
I mean, what was there not to like about Iron Man? It was a hero's journey. He failed before he succeeded. I liked that whole thing, and I think that Robert Downey Jr. is a good actor, and you saw his story kind of unfold on screen, how it did in real life. I mean, he was an alcoholic, but he had his comeback and everything. Same with Tony Stark. It was super fun, and
now it's a vegan.
Now he's a vegan. He looks.
We've
scary.
all got our crosses to bear.
But also, there was no script when they made this. There was like a structure, a story structure, and they were making the dialogue as they were going along.
Improvising, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it.
Here you go, folks. Garth Knights for $5. Brown, that's me. Can we get a wellness check on the listening fat? I haven't seen him in a spell, and his words while limited speaks volume. Okay. We haven't seen him in a while. He is a man of few words. Listening fat, if you watch this on the rerun, please post a comment. Let us know you're well. Okay. Anybody, anything to add before we move on?
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Bogged down.
Well, listen.
Listen.
We said what we're gonna say. We're gonna move on now.
Nolan says this is the greatest casting decision ever.
Well, I don't agree with that, but I do.
Well, he would
that.
say that
One
about
of them.
about one of his stars in his film. Obviously.
Yeah.
What did Disney do?
They
Kill him off.
destroyed it and killed it. No, well, they didn't kill. They did.
And they've regretted it ever since, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
We've regretted Disney ever since.
For sure.
Moving on. That is true.
Listen. Okay. There was a couple stories with the 007 stuff.
He's dead, by the way.
I think Nolan is desperate to direct at 007.
Oh, that'd be terrific, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
So
be really
it was either a caption about that, which we know that he wants to do it anyway, but this I do find interesting. Sam Mendes says he has declined an offer to return to direct the next
Thank
James
God.
Bond.
Thank God. That's all I can say. The last two we did a really crappy job, in my opinion. But
Really?
yeah, I don't like his style at all. Martin Campbell, they should bring back Martin Campbell, because Martin Campbell's really good at directing James Bond films.
He's too
They
old,
killed
isn't
him
he?
off. Yeah, he's getting on, but he's still a good director, Martin Campbell. He hasn't had a hit in a long time.
I'm assuming you didn't like Skyfall and Spectre. then?
I didn't like Skyfall. I kind of thought Spectre was okay, but not brilliant. I don't like that era. I don't like Craig's James Bond at all. As far as I was concerned, he wasn't really James Bond. He was some kind of thug that beat people up and got drunk a couple of times. He didn't have the style. He didn't have the humor. The film took a wrong direction, in my opinion, trying to copy Bourne Identity, and it just killed the enjoyment of watching a James Bond film. And don't talk to me about the last one, because the last one, jeez. So anyway, whatever.
I think Spectre is a really, really good film.
It was all right. It was okay. I kind of enjoyed that one, but I don't like Daniel Craig.
It's
at
long,
all.
but if you just sit back and embrace it, it's a
That's what she
really,
said,
really-
yeah.
It's long.
yes.
Oh yeah, baby.
Here you go. Quickly going back to Downey, M. Duke 84 for £2. Real money, folks. Downey's veganism looks like a radiation exposure.
You know
Yes,
what they're gonna
non-dairy
do?
does that. Yes,
You know what they're going to do with Bond, right? They're probably going to look if they
Mhm.
hire Henry to play Bond, they're going to.
But they're not going to because we wish
if they
it.
do,
Because we wish it.
They're going to hire a female director. That's what I reckon for the next Bond.
Phoebe
If they can't get a
Waller-Bridge?
female Bond, they're going to get a female.
Greta
director.
Gerwig.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
God, yeah,
Oh.
definitely. That's going to happen. Watch this space.
Here you go, Jim D. Cavill for Bond. Well, we wish it, so they won't give us it.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect, actually. Hopefully, with the right director, point him in the right direction. He'd be really good as Bond.
Yeah, but we're not going to get it because we wish it.
Because we wish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anyway, does it, Ian?
No, because he's dead. You were going to say that, weren't you? Yeah.
I will never forgive them fuckers for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we move on?
Yep.
Okay, so Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 earns 19.5 million in the film's second domestic weekend, a 65% drop. What do you think, movie?
I'm surprised. I was wrong. I think I don't know, IMAX, it was taken out of IMAX theaters for Oppenheimer, but I don't think that contributes as much as we want to think it does. I think I just overshot it. Really surprised at its performance.
It is
Shocked.
a big week this week, though, isn't it?
It is. We'll see what happens next week, but if it already fell to 19 million, like even if it has a decent hold next week, it's
Or do you think it's because a lot of people will be watching Nolan film and then go
Barbie.
to see this next week?
I don't know. I mean, like even if it has like a 30% drop next week, it's still only going to make like $14 million.
Is
That's
it
not much.
Is this only in America? This amount?
Yeah, this is
This is the domestic.
Because when I saw it a couple of days ago, the cinema was packed. When I saw it again, this is the third time I went to see it. It was packed. It was like 2 seats left and it was a huge theater. So
Here you go, Iceman. Americans aren't going to watch Mission Impossible 7.
no, it looks like
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's not as good as Fallout was.
No, it
Fallout
isn't.
is a better movie, but it also is not a bad movie by any stretch, especially for the audience it wants would enjoy this film. So I don't know. I'm really surprised at its performance.
Yeah.
I think it might come back.
I
next
wonder,
week, perhaps.
do you have a slide on what it's doing internationally, or should I look that up?
No, you'll have to look it up internationally. Here you go.
International looks like it's making 68% of its money international, but
Smilex in the chat, and Mr. Brown Alliance, it's me. Off topic, have you watched Hijacked with Idris Elba over the last 6 weeks?
Apparently, it's pretty good. Apparently,
That's on
I've
Apple
heard.
TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
What's it called again? Hijacked.
Hijack.
Here you go. Duke 84 for £5. That's real money, folks. At Cynic, I think that's you, movie. Thoughts on why it's not performing as well as Liam Neeson's Dong?
it's performing. I think what it is it's performing like a Mission Impossible movie and not how we thought it was going to be. I thought there was like a halo effect from Tom Cruise and Top Gun, and it was going to bleed over into this movie franchise. But it's really just performing like a Mission Impossible movie. Its opening was pretty much the same as the last 2 Mission Impossibles. And so this second weekend drop could be because there's a lot of competition. But it's not. I thought it was going to make like $1 billion. So, I'm going to call myself out. I'm fucking dead wrong with this one. So it's performing probably, it'll probably break even. And it wasn't even supposed to cost as much as it did anyway. Its budget was massively inflated because of the pandemic and when they shot it. So, what it probably was expected to make, it was going to make a profit until the budget ballooned. So
yeah. Well, they've made 40% of the second part
Overbudgeted.
now anyway, so that sooner it's obviously going to cost them less, isn't it? The second part.
yeah, the second one will definitely cost less money than this
Yeah.
one. I
Well,
think.
bearing in mind, it took literally 3 years for it to come to the screen because of all the shite that was going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not making any excuses up for it, though, are we?
No.
So,
No, it is what it is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fucking not doing well.
It's going to be down to people like me who have seen it on the first weekend, who are just thinking, okay, do I want to go see it again?
I mean, it could be saved by the international because, like I
Yeah.
said, 68% of its box office is coming overseas.
Yeah.
So, that's probably how it's going to break even.
Do you know, I'm kind of thinking it's going to do well, but maybe this weekend is just kind of people are prioritizing what they want to see. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean,
said,
there's an overabundance of things people want to see in the cinema right now,
There's a
all
lot
at
of good
once.
stuff out.
instead-
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
kids, there are a lot of kids, so they all went to see Barbie. Yeah, so maybe, but as I said, I'm quite surprised.
It's also holiday season, so there's probably a lot of
yes.
people gone off
Exactly
on
holiday.
vacation.
Here you go, uninspired. I won't rewatch MI7 in cinemas. I'd rather go for Oppenheimer instead.
Me, you both, mate. I've seen it 3 times.
Here you go, Tim's Talk. Apparently, it's made 370 million. So
Yeah,
far.
so if it can double up
It's not
that by
bad.
the end of its run, it'll
not
break
bad.
even. Which is probably at this point what they're hoping for, and the next one will, since it's going to cost way less, will make money.
I do agree with you though that the Fallout was much better than this. Even
Fallout's a great film.
Yeah,
Fallout's
because,
a great film.
because even when you look at the characters in there, Simon Pegg had hardly anything to do in this, and the same thing with the guy who played Luther as well. So I think the script was kind of, they had to fill in the blanks, don't they, when they couldn't do things in certain countries, so they had to rewrite the script slightly. So I'm not making any excuses up for it, but you're right, it's not as good as the last one. So.
No, but it's still pretty damn good.
It is, yeah. It is.
It's a great, fun action movie.
Circumstances beyond Mr. Cruise's control. You
Yeah.
go, Iceman. Oppenheimer is the first time I've seen an IMAX screening packed up till the front row. Christ, can you imagine being on the front
Can't
row of
watch
an
in the
IMAX?
front row.
No, I had to be up front
What?
for Barbie, which made that viewing even worse because I could not find a ticket, so I had to sit right up front. It was an awful viewing experience. I hated that so much.
Okay, so I think it's going to do okay. It's going to be a slow burner, I think. But anyway, should we move on?
Yes.
Speaking of
There's
slow
your man,
burners,
Matt.
Oh, this bums you guys. This bums me out so much.
Look at that cod piece, bro.
Aquaman.
Now listen.
Listen,
You listen, that
listen.
Aquaman is a stud and he's beautiful, and you leave him alone.
Look at them fucking quad.
This bums me out.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom recently wrapped a third round of reshoots
Oh, that's not good.
and has been in
not good.
post-production forever.
They just need to finish. They just need to put it out. It's obvious it's gonna be bad, which bums me out. I'm so bummed right now. But what are you gonna do? I love Aquaman so much, but I mean,
Never mind.
yeah. I don't know, man. I think they should. I read a thing that said that they were thinking about pushing back the release date, and I'm like, don't do it. Don't
Why
even
didn't
use
this
these.
bin it?
Yeah, don't even use these reshoots. Just put it out when you're got it, and take the hit if you have to. Because I'm like, it's everybody already thinks it's gonna be bad. So let's just watch it. Okay.
MGUK for Aquaman 2 Electric Boogaloo.
This bums me out so much.
Would Amber Heard float on top of the water when she's
Probably.
Yes.
No, her turds would.
Yeah, it depends what kind of turd she is.
swimming?
I couldn't get through. Sorry, Brady.
No, don't be sorry. Go on.
I couldn't get through the first Aquaman film. I
Oh,
got
good
three
eye.
quarters
Brian,
through it.
what? I thought we
need to
were
turn off.
friends.
CGI fest, and I do like big Khal Drogo here, but I couldn't get through it. So I'm very sorry.
You should watch it. It's
Here
so
you go,
good.
Dick and Balls, Aquaman 2,
Wait,
Way of Water.
Oh goodness.
Here you go, Atom.
Yeah, it's gonna
Ben.
be bad. Oh, I'm so bummed.
Might be good. You never
That's
know.
what she said.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be with all the stuff that I've been reading online about what it's about and everything. I'm just like, nobody's interested in that nonsense.
This should just bin it.
Respectfully.
Yeah, that it's incorrect, Andrew. It was so good. It was so good.
Here you go. Thinking man's joke. Chat moved up.
See as always.
Oh dear.
Oh god, that's
Here you go, Fiona M. I'm not going to read that, but you can read it all.
But you can.
149 KK. Wow, I was cracking one off to Platoon's voice way back when he was only at 30k.
Yeah, for sure. Click that mouse.
Woof.
It's a power thing, isn't it, Fiona?
He does have a lovely voice.
Spanking the monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
so-
that fork? Why is he carrying a fork?
It's his trident.
It's his trident.
Oh, sorry.
Is it-
Don't make me defend Aquaman.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Like, what was this big fork all about? Has he got some plate of chips to eat or something?
Nice fish cooking in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
When it does get released, is it going to do okay?
No.
No.
No?
It's not going to do well because it's gotten. First off, Amber Heard.
Turd.
The people that are Johnny Depp supporters are not going to see it because of Amber Heard, and there's already been too much, backlash over the fact that it's going to be woke, and the fact that it's leading nowhere. They said this week that they took out the Ben Affleck Batman ending scene, and it's a movie that's not leading anywhere. So it's of course it's not going to make any money, but I think they should release it anyways because if they don't, they're taking however many millions of dollars they've already put into it. So they
10
might as well.
trillion gazillion.
Yeah, they might as well try to earn something back over taking a complete L. They might be able to make
How could Ben
something.
Affleck be in it though? Because at the
Well,
end
he's
of
not.
Flash,
anymore.
he was in the George Clooney timeline.
That's why they took it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's hilarious is they have erased Ben Affleck's Batman from history.
Oh,
It's amazing.
Yeah, they should. I think they should just release it. Like they should have done the Flash too. Just release it with your cameos and stuff, and because everybody knows it's
Yeah.
over. We all know
I
it's
know.
over.
I don't know what's up with them. Here you go. Dick and Balls, Platoon, and Mega Geek are two of my favourite voices on YouTube.
Really? My voice?
Agreed.
Oh, when he's not
Maybe you should
eating.
do an ASMR channel or something.
Okay. Shall
Thanks
we
for the
move-
compliment.
Shall we move on, children?
That's a big cod piece, isn't it? Bloody hell.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
she
she
said.
Big
said.
piece of cod.
Yeah.
Hey!
That's very fishy. Let's move on.
Fishy.
Oh, talking about Ben. He looks drunk there, doesn't he?
Yeah, I was saying he looks wasted.
Ben Affleck's scene for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which was meant to replace Michael Keaton's scene, has been cut. James Gunn and Peter Safran removed it to ensure they didn't promise a movie universe that will not come to fruition. Well, it's not going to anyway, but anyway.
Yeah, which again, I think it's just
You're
just
bummed
put.
out.
Yeah, I'm bummed. Yeah, just
Bummed, everybody.
Listen, all chips and no fish. Very good, very good.
He has eaten chips and fish though in the comic books before, so they should have just kept it in. I mean, everybody knows it's going nowhere, so it's not like Aquaman is gonna make it into his new universe. So
Yeah.
just do it. Nobody
you go.
cares.
Connor didn't stop them doing the Flash and ending with Clooney for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's out on VOD now, isn't it? Already.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
I've already bought it. Yeah,
Have you?
yeah, I bought it. Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you.
Yeah, I liked that movie. So
They both look like they're screwed. They both look drunk.
Screwed.
Sorry.
They are.
Do you know what I mean?
Reniel, apparently she's married. Apparently. We love our Linda. Oh, listen.
Hello, Rennie. Gorgeous Rennie. How are you, sweetheart? Bag of dicks,
God.
Rennie. Bag of dicks.
Here you go. Side of feet. At least we have the Blue Beetle.
Oh, God, no.
Did anybody see the predictions for Blue Beetle? I think it was about $10 for the opening weekend.
Yeah,
Didn't it do about 10 million in Japan or something like that on its own?
Apparently, the director was apologizing for the Batman.
Yeah.
Strike, wasn't he?
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Might actually earn some money then.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like once you attack fans, a lot of people aren't forgiving.
The goodwill is gone.
Well, he apologised, so it's something.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Yep.
I liked Affleck as Batman, and I don't give a shit what anybody says. I liked him.
I agree.
Okay. Studios are losing at least $600 a week for each halted production due to their unwillingness to pay actors and writers fairly.
It's true because the streaming won't give out the ratings or what film is being watched more, and if those films have the clause that the actors meant to get paid if it's shown around the world, then they have a case, don't they? That's the reason why they don't show you the ratings of each film. So somebody told me in the US, an actor told me that last week, and he lives in LA. So.
It's really hard to sympathize with a bunch of people who have been talking down to us for the last few years.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Really badly, and telling us how awful we all are.
Right.
And singing songs about, doing as we're supposed to be, told to do. And just
actors slapping comedians.
Yeah, it's just such a freak show. And we're now supposed to all of a sudden feel bad for them. No, not really. The only people I feel sad for are the people who work at cinemas, who are going to end up struggling to keep people coming through the doors. But they don't care about those people. They only care about themselves. And
I don't know. I'm
on their houses.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle when it comes to this. I understand what the actors and the writers are saying, but I also understand what you're saying, Lee, as well. So I'm kind of in the middle because I've got a lot of actors friends in LA that I converse with.
Fuck them.
I can't say that. I can't say that.
I'm as a presenter of this channel, I'm supposed to remain neutral, but fuck them.
I said some of them have a good point. Yes, there's a lot of writers that don't deserve to be there, and they
agreed on that. Yes,
like that. But the majority of them are solid, good writers and good actors, and they work very hard for a living.
I wanted to love She-Hulk because
we know.
we said before She-Hulk could have been the perfect antidote to all the Marvel shite we were getting. But what did we get? We got spoon-fed even more of it. Double helpings. And fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't blame every writer in
Not
LA.
everyone,
for that,
no.
you know what I mean?
No,
So I'm just saying I'm in the middle. I understand what they're fighting for, but I also understand what Lee was saying as well. So,
Yeah.
Brian, thoughts?
Well, I think we mentioned this on Wednesday. As an old school trade union fella, I tend to go with disgruntled workers. However, it's really hard to have sympathy with some of the people, especially the big mouths among them. It's really testing my old school trade union values. As I said before, between the disgruntled workers and who've been lecturing us for the last 5 years, and the Hollywood studios who've been taking the mickey for a long time. It is like watching two people you can't stand fighting in the pub car park.
Let them take each other out. Let them wipe each other out. This is a real popcorn moment. This is much more entertaining than anything they put on screen for the last few years.
But what was interesting is that during Comic-Con, there was hardly anybody, obviously none of the comes down. But yet all the YouTubers were there in Hall
packed,
H
wasn't
and
it?
stuff like that.
And
Yeah,
they said it was better. There was
so
Yeah,
the
yeah,
doors
yeah.
are open for them. Yeah, because of this.
Matt, are you available to read a super chat,
I'm
please?
always available to read super chat.
Now let's
Matt or is it Matt 1 says this is nonsense.
$5, by the way.
$5. Yeah, I showed up because I was promised a Platoon face reveal. Where is that cutie at? That is true. Where is that little cutie patootie at? I want to see his face too.
I think he's working on his Indy 5 video.
He's being a slut.
4 hours long. Can you believe it?
Right on. I will be there as soon as it drops.
And Blue Tube, are you available to read a super chat, please?
Sure. Garth Knight for $4.99. Here's an out of the blue question. Thoughts on Spy Game with Brad Pitt and Robert Redford? I feel it's underrated.
It was okay.
I never saw it.
It was all right. Yeah, it was dull. I thought it was very dull, especially with those two in it. I thought it was going to be a lot more.
Not shit though.
Fast paced. It's not shit. No, it was okay. It was trying to be
that
too
movie.
intelligent for its own good, in my opinion. But hey, that's just my opinion.
I saw that. I saw that in the theater, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Although having said that, I don't think I've watched it since, so I don't know how much it
what does he
resonated. But I did like it at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and watch it. I don't remember.
Okay. So anything to add this, Blue Man? Any thoughts about the studios? Before we move on?
Hollywood.
I'm indifferent right now. I'm gonna do a video on this, so I need to do some research. But it's hard to side with either because I feel bad for the lower tier people that are being affected by this, and I'll feel bad for movie theaters that will get affected by this, and the people working there that are going to be displaced. Because when someone's making 6 figures a year, it's really hard for the majority of Americans or most people to give a shit about what you're crying about. So even middle tier people working in Hollywood, most people don't have sympathy for, especially if you've been lectured for years and years now. So I think there's more nuance to this. So I'm going to do research.
Shall we just say then that the people who are there because they were in the right place or they know the right people and who are just talentless hacks, they deserve to lose their jobs because
that idiot Adam Conover, who's he's probably worth a few $1 million and he's sitting there bitching and complaining. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
But they're dragging down the real talent though.
The talented people.
It's annoying. It's annoying that way because I know a crap load of people in LA, and
you need to
most
sort the
of them are
wheat
friends.
From the chaff.
Right on.
Here you go, John Z. Or is it John Z? Kathleen Kennedy still collecting a paycheck. And that bitch killed Willow.
She did.
Can't even see it.
She killed everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
Not Howard the Duck though. Okay.
Yet.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Oh my God!
New poster drop, everybody. Look at that.
Wait,
High
they've
flops.
made.
High flops.
Wait a sec. They've made the little teenage girl more thinner for some reason.
Yeah.
Did they?
They did because she doesn't look like
body
that.
shape.
And look, the white woman with the blonde hairs on top of them all.
Oh
No.
Wow.
On top. Oh God.
There you go.
Fantastic.
And
Why is
thank God she's got
Rambo-
something over her feet. Sorry.
Why is Rambo turning into Automan halfway through his change?
I don't know.
Where's Cursor?
I love.
Is
that
anyone going to
Watch it now.
Well, yeah, but is why are we supposed to be rooting for Rambo? Like she let Scarlet Witch go, and then Scarlet Witch killed a bunch of people across the multiverse.
That's right.
You're terrible.
So, in order to watch this film and understand what's going on, you have to have watched the Marvels TV series, which no one watched, and a bunch of other things,
and by the accompanying novelization.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a transmedia thing that you're supposed to be.
Blue's gonna watch it.
Dick and Balls would have her on top. Oh yes. As long as I didn't have to look at her feet.
It's gonna be rubbish.
This
film is gonna be absolute rubbish. It really is.
I agree.
Yeah. Punish them. Punish
well,
them.
Okay. Are there any positives from this?
No.
Come on, let's
Oh,
get the positives.
it's gonna
Any
make me a
positives?
ton of money.
Well, okay, that's a big
the
one, yeah.
YouTube videos that are the YouTube careers that will be made from this movie is going to be epic.
Would you teach me how to do videos?
Sure. This is the kind of film that can launch 1 million YouTube channels.
I think the
feel
positive
I need
is
to
that
launch mine a bit.
Miss Marvel's feet is covered. I think that's one positive as well. So there you go.
Okay, that's a big positive, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. They've got freaking cats all galore in there, and I mean, I don't know if you guys watch ever trailer reactions to people, but some people were like loving this shit so hard, and I'm all like, this is mid at best, and I'm being generous with that. I mean, the second trailer wasn't a complete abortion, but it doesn't look good. I was like, the whole time I'm all like, I mean, it looks like fine, but I'm all like, I don't understand how anybody can look at this and go, this is the movie to go. And I can't remember his name. There was a YouTuber. He put a compilation. Everybody was like, well, that looks like fun. And I'm like, anytime you describe a movie as fun, and I'm putting up quotations, that means it's not good. That means it's not good. You're just trying to come up with something to be positive about it. And it was fun. It was a fun.
Here you go, Jim D. You can't polish a turd, but you can throw glitter on it.
Do you know what? It's got some music. It's got some songs in this as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they did a terribly remixed version of a Beastie Boys song.
Yeah, they've used that Beastie Boys song twice.
Yeah, and this time they remixed it, and it sounds awful.
Yeah.
That's the secret weapon. Here you go, Garth Knights for $5. Brownie, what would you give Monica Rambeau?
Nothing.
I'd give her the boot. That's what I'd give her.
So would I.
Yeah. They're giving her. They're like trying to shove this character down our throats. No one's buying it.
Yeah.
Although if it was
Like
great,
all of them.
I'd give her.
Do you know what?
the-
Right. Sorry. With women of color, okay, these days, they don't give us the best looking women of color. I must complain.
Ian.
They
I
don't.
must complain.
Ian.
They don't. I mean, we want Halle Berry good looking. That's what we want. We don't want this look good. She is not good looking.
She's
sorry.
beautiful inside, though, and that's what counts.
Please give us good looking
Yeah,
women
we don't
of color.
we don't want Issa Rae. We want Halle Berry.
That's what we want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Halle
At least
Berry.
Brie Larson is hot as fuck.
Brie
I have to
Larson.
admit though, the girl that does play Miss Marvel, she is very charming, and as a person, when I see her in interviews, I'm like, you know what, she seems like a very nice girl, and you know, she's cute and everything, but at the same time I just go, the character is terrible. That show is awful, and I don't support this. So I'm all like, sorry, but you picked a bad character to play. But good on you on getting that money.
Yep.
Poor old Brie. She's the third in the. She's meant to be her own
In her
show.
own
isn't
film.
it? Yeah, exactly.
So do you think this will get $1 billion? Like,
I do not think this.
Oh, this will be such a disaster. It's gonna
Yeah.
be amazing.
High flops.
We're gonna have 2 sequels in November and December with Aquaman 2 and this one.
Don't
Sequels
mention
to billion-dollar movies that are going to fucking flop.
Oh, you bum me out when you
Here you
mention
go.
Aquaman.
I think I've been told here, folks. Melvin Deeply at Mr. Brown Alliance. Time to start a second channel, Mr. B. Overdue. You should have a backup for safety. Lots of people getting shut down right now.
It's true. It's true. They are. It's not good. Not good at all.
Moving on. Okay, is this going to flop harder than Indie?
It might do a Barbie. You never know. You never
I don't
know.
think so.
No, because the marketing has started already. And
All right,
we know how
okay.
it's being marketed, and it's not going to do well.
Here you go. Mega Spidey Man at Mr. Brown Alliance me. What about Rosario Dawson?
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, I like.
She should be
Rosario.
playing that
Oh,
character
yes.
rather than this stupid, mediocre-looking woman of color. I'm sorry. Sorry. But anyway.
Oh, here you go. Jim D. Flash numbers.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I enjoyed the Flash.
I
know
enjoyed
I'm
The
in
Flash
the
also.
minority, but
Yeah.
No.
there's no listen. There's
Hated it.
no right and wrong answer.
I still not watched it. I could watch it on pirate, and I choose not to.
It was rubbish.
We
Okay.
do not endorse watching pirate movies on this channel.
I said I could. But
Thank you.
Anyway.
Okay. Shall we move on then?
Yes.
Yes.
Doctor Pooh. Doctor Pooh. Doctor Pooh.
Some new posters dropped for Doctor Who,
seen
folks.
this.
So, what do you reckon to that, Ian? You like that?
Bog down, move on.
It's okay, but you know it's going to be a disaster.
Probably you like that, don't you?
No, it's not Doctor Who anymore. This is just desperation, and they've scotched all the goodwill. The only thing that they had going was they released the sonic screwdriver, the new one, as an online release. It sold for £30, sold out, crashed the website, and now you got these scalpers who are selling these things on eBay for like £150.
Good luck with that.
That's about it. That's the only, because there's nothing else. The 60th anniversary year of Doctor Who, and what do we get? A
Sonic
pile of
vibrator.
nothing. Look at this stunning and brave casting, and look at this stunning and brave casting, and this stunning. And look, here's a piece of plastic you can buy. That's it.
Does it flash? Has it got flashy lights?
It flashes.
I'll buy it. It's amazing.
Well, Russell T wasn't allowed to. He was kind of restricted when he first started Doctor Who. Now this whole world's open up to all this nonsense. He's going to go full steams ahead, isn't he? With
100%.
Has the sonic screwdriver got Bluetooth connectivity so I can
probably
connect it to my iPhone?
No.
What does the screwdriver do? This blue thing?
So
it used to open doors, and now it just does everything.
No, so it's an excuse. It's like if the writer can't write him out of something, then he just uses a sonic screwdriver and to open a door or to stop a ship, or you know what I mean, that kind of thing.
Yeah, whatever. I
remember. Oh, I think, as I've said, we might get 3 episodes of Joy.
I'm
starting to doubt it now.
I doubt it. I'm not going to watch it. I've been a lifelong fan since 4 years old, and this is the first time. Not the first time I'm not going to watch it because I gave up on Jodie Whittaker. This doesn't inspire any hope at all.
There's a huge gay following Doctor Who, but still none of that sexuality stuff entered into Doctor Who. It was
there was a post by one of the big Doctor Who channels on Twitter talking about one of the classic era Davros and Nyder characters from Genesis of the Daleks, talking about if they ever felt each other's bodies. I mean, that kind of stuff is just there to subvert the innocence of Doctor Who and to upset the classic fans, and that's the new fandom we have. Unfortunately,
well, would you like to get upset even more?
Please do. I know. Yeah, look.
I will keep saying this, right? No disrespect to Shooty. The Doctor should not be black. I'm sorry.
It's not only that; it's the fact that he, all the production photos we've seen of him in each and every single episode, he's got a different costume on. Now, the Doctor, as a character, has a particular silhouette per incarnation of the Doctor. This one is all over the place, and it's boring. It looks boring.
Yeah, and why is he trying to eye fuck me right now? Like, what's going on here? Like he's saying, shh, don't make it weird. And I'm like, you've already made it weird. You're looking weird.
Well, the funny thing is, Ncuti Gatwa came out on an interview saying that this Doctor Who series is going to be inclusive and welcoming and about kindness. And in a previous interview, when he was talking about Sex Education, the show that he's been in, he was saying it's not for white people. So, I mean, if that's being kind, that's an interesting take.
The Las Vegas magician from the Idiots.
You know what? He turned up to one of the screenings in a skirt, and everybody was saying to me, no, it's a kilt because he's Scottish. And I'm like, it's not a kilt because it would have that little tartan money bag in front and it'd be tartan.
Sporran.
Yeah, sorry, of course.
Sporran.
Yeah, and but it was just white. And it was a skirt. I'm like, that's a skirt. Do you know what I mean?
He's going, pull my finger.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a kilt.
The only positive I can come up with is the pink matches the background.
Pink and blue. Why have we seen that color before?
I hope he's good though. I'm gonna watch the first few episodes of him. If they push the agenda, then I'm out of there.
Mark my words. He's a lot of people have speculated about his sexuality, but he's never said anything directly. I'm absolutely convinced that when the first episode drops, or when the first series drops of his run, he's going to come out as non-binary, guaranteed. Remember, I said it here first, folks. I'm telling you.
Timestamp it, everybody.
Telling you.
Ah, well, never mind. Move along.
Yeah, please.
Okay, a little bit of Disney.
Oh,
obviously we're not
this?
the premier channel for Disney, but
Bob
everybody
Iger.
Iger roughly
actually.
put a third of the Iger
Up for sale. Oh my
Iger?
lord.
Roughly put a third of the company up for sale this week.
Wow.
Declaring Disney's linear TV assets non-core.
And what's interesting, nobody mentions the agenda. The reason why I feel our stuff is not selling is because we put too much of the agenda in. If they can only say that, then there'll be.
We made a mistake. We're sorry. That would go a long way.
Well, I think basically, in a nutshell, all the properties and companies that they've bought, asset stripped, they're expecting somebody to buy the corpse.
Yeah.
Or is that just me? Anybody?
No, you're right. They destroyed Pixar, that's for sure. Literally destroyed it. And Marvel.
And
their
everything.
rubbish.
There you go.
Even their own IP.
Yeah. Anybody got anything? Anybody on the panel? Anything positive to say about this?
No.
Yeah.
Just watch for Apple buying it all up for a penny on the dollar.
I think Cynic likes KK's neck. I think that's the positive thing there.
I
Somebody's
like
got to.
making fun of it. You're right.
Somebody's got to. I don't think this gives me any pleasure what they've done to Disney.
Yeah.
It's
Do you
not the
agree,
same
Ian?
company.
Because,
That company's been dead a long time.
yeah.
I don't think they should have been allowed to acquire so many assets in the first place. I don't think it's healthy.
No.
It's
At all.
monopoly, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd be delighted if they sold Lucasfilm on to someone who actually cares.
They won't.
John
He won't sell
Favreau-
anything he bought himself. He won't.
Yeah.
John Favreau should buy it for $1. You'll get it for $1. That's all it's worth.
I'll buy that for $1. Yeah.
Okay.
Now would be the perfect time for a plug, Brown.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay, so it's fucked.
Oh.
This is back tomorrow. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Futurama returns tomorrow after 10 years. Are we excited? Is the
Will
question.
it be woke? Is the question.
I am not.
Some
I
of the
never watched Futurama in the first place. So.
What?
Yeah, I missed out on that.
Me neither. I watched the first episode and
It's really.
thought,
I watched a
Don't like
few. They still the same voices? Same
Yeah,
people
yeah,
doing the same
yeah,
voices?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cool. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Then.
Futurama was really, really good.
Mm.
There you go. Black lives or black votes. Rest in peace, Kaklon, yes. Jim D, yes. All hail the Hypnotoad. Indeed.
Yeah.
Iceman, Futurama, I have hope.
I hope that they take the piss out of woke
Yeah,
culture
that would be
rather
great.
than. But when I watched the first episode of Enchanted, I never went back because that was awful. That series that they did on Netflix, terrible.
I will just say to everybody, you should check out the first few series of Futurama. It was genuinely really, really good
And funny.
and funny and good. And I'm going to stick my neck out. And it was better than The Simpsons.
Later Simpsons for sure.
R2 for $2. I love Futurama, but scared it will be woke now.
It probably will. Well, Leela was always, always the strong one, wasn't she? I mean, Fry was a bit of a twat, actually. But they probably might concentrate more on that than anything else on this one. Who knows?
Here you go, folks. Robot Head. Hello, robots. I had no idea this was coming back. They should have stopped The Simpsons and kept Futurama going. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bart hasn't grown up yet, nor is Maggie after all these years.
Stream killer. Ian killed the stream, everybody.
Oh, I didn't kill the stream. We're still going.
Ian killed it, everybody. Ian killed it.
Now listen.
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 As I said, check out Futurama, especially the. I don't think I saw any of the when it came out again. I don't think I watched any of those, but the initial run of Futurama, check it out. It's really, really good.
How many years ago was that then when it came out originally?
20.
Wow. 20 years.
Perhaps 20. Really good. Really, really good. Okay, let's move on.
Oh.
Okay, a legend, Tony Bennett, died this week. I think he was 90. Was he 93?
96, I think.
96?
I think so. I'm not sure. Go Red he was 96. Old school, man. Old school.
I was going to sing a song when I came on, but
thank God.
Thank God. Yeah. John's another crooner, yeah. Legend.
Yeah. He is a legend.
Tony Bennett, yeah.
Oh.
There you go. Jay got rest in peace, Croonulon. Very good. Very good.
Well, he's flying past Jupiter and Mars, so there we go.
Very good.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah.
Liked him on Lucky Ladders. That's a British thinking man's joke, everybody.
Yeah.
Very
Gordon
good.
Bennett.
Was that his brother?
No.
Was Lenny his brother? Okay. So, rest in peace, Tony Bennett. I just thought I'd pop that in just to pay our respects. Okay. Shall we move on? Yes.
Aye.
Time to get somebody in the bin.
I don't know where he gets these ideas from.
Okay. Anybody care to hazard a guess? It's not Leslie Headland.
Barbie.
I don't.
Barbie. Could be Barbie, yeah.
Anybody else? Any guesses?
Yeah.
No.
We need to get this in association with Problem Being, don't we, this section? Okay. Hashtag get in the bin.
That's the one.
Okay.
What we up for? Insufferable turds.
Did anybody see this? Just Stop oil protesters have been surrounded by Just Stop Pissing Everyone Off protesters, preventing them from marching in the road.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh,
That's so British.
Oh, I love him. I love him. That's how you do it in Britain. Oh, that's so good.
I think I'd sign up for Just Stop Pissing Everyone Off.
Oh,
group.
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. I saw some video, like I think it was down Bishopsgate, near Liverpool Street. There was some guy there was a bus lane that was prevented to move by these Just Stop Oil idiots, and this guy was just one by one just decking them and just dragging them out. And none of them did a thing to protect any of their group. He just laid into a whole bunch of, went off, grabbed the phone out of one guy's hand, threw it over the road. The guy went off and brought it back, started filming him, and he came over, just took the phone again, threw it even further away. He was dragging them, punching them, kicking them, and then none of them did a thing. It was the weirdest thing. It's like, this is a cult. A complete death cult. They're obsessed.
Yeah, they're pussies.
They're crazy.
One of the leaders of Just Stop Oil, I think he's in his 60s.
Grow up.
He has a one. I think he has a £1 million plus pension pot in Shell.
Yes,
waiting.
I heard that. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. Funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw one of the moms got run over by a bus. So, because the bus is quite tall, and the guy was one of these was in front, and he wasn't going too fast, but hit him, and he fell under the bus, but he didn't get damaged. He just got dragged a bit, and then somebody pulled him out, and then a bus driver got out because he thought he ran over someone, and when he got out and he was okay, the bus driver was so traumatized he just basically sat there with his hand on his, you know what I mean? And this is what they're doing. Do you know?
Yeah, and it's a real problem here with the infection of mental health disorders just being. I mean, fine if you want to protest something, whatever, but these accidents and things like this are going to happen, and people are going to end up traumatized. It's like that new thing where you've got those kids on their bicycles, sort of dodging right in front of cars, and then trying to play chicken with them. Yeah. That's going to cause some serious trauma eventually. But there was one of these Just Stop Oil grannies, right? She was a woman in her 60s or 70s, and she was being interviewed on TV, and she was sort of crying, and she was talking about how she did it for a little girl because her little fish in the pool in the pond died because it was too hot. I was just like.
Bearing in mind, a lot of the people who belong to this group are people in the latter days of life, shall we say, who have had a lifetime of petrol consumption,
benefiting
energy consumption, you name it, they've consumed it, and yet they're telling us we shouldn't. But,
yeah, they suck.
Sheer double standards. Yeah.
Well, they're just annoying. They best be glad they don't do this around me, because I would be having none of it. I'd be like that blonde woman grabbing him by the hair and be like, you need to get up out my way. I got work to get to. I don't have time for your nonsense. This is ridiculous.
Well, there was one where there was a woman who was in her car with a newborn baby, needing to get to hospital urgently, and they would not move. They would not move.
I'd just fucking run over them.
Well, it's funny. Why don't they go to China and protest there? Because China is obviously one of the worst.
No, they won't.
Question: why don't the police arrest them?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I don't know what the rules are in across the pond, but I think that they would get arrested here in America because you're disrupting traffic, and I mean, I don't know if they would get it would be a huge offense. You might just have to.
I think this one's for you, Catty. Do you want to read it?
You'd be like, now here, listen, get out of my fucking way.
Listen.
That's exactly how it would. I'd be like, listen. I'd be like, listen here, motherfucker. I've got to get to work.
Robot head, I'm burning extra oil at home to make up for these wankers. Well done,
Boss.
mate. Well done, mate. Okay. So that's this week's Get in the Bin award.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
sure.
Just Stop Oil. But we love Just Stop Pissing Everybody Off protesters. Okay.
I love them already.
Shall we move on then?
Yes. Thank God for that.
Can anybody guess what it is?
Barbie.
No.
Oh.
Thank fuck.
Can you guess what it is yet?
No, it's not him. Okay, so drum roll. Finally, family. Okay, here we go, folks.
Yay!
Oh, that's me. Hey,
It's the Cynic.
it's me. That's me.
Yum.
Is that you, Blue Man?
The old me.
Yeah.
Not blue here no more.
What happened for the folks at home?
I hit 100,000 subscribers yesterday.
Oh, good for you.
Wow, that's an achievement and a half, man. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
You get
Yeah,
a plaque
that's
now,
great.
then.
Oh yes.
Yay.
Yeah. That's great.
Yes, I get a plaque.
You're gonna
I
do
get
an,
it, right.
an
Are you
opening.
excited?
You're gonna
Pat
do-
on the head.
Are you excited?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It meant a lot to me. So yeah.
Well, you've worked for it. You've earned it.
Yeah,
You have
earned-
indeed.
it's-
Are you feeling
It is
fluffy?
well deserved.
Am I feeling fluffy?
Yeah.
I actually
warm
just
and
felt
fuzzy.
like a sense of exhaustion and relief, honestly.
Did you do anything to?
relentlessly.
Did you do anything to celebrate?
Had a wank.
Brittany bought me some gifts and stuff and put up some decorations.
Nice.
Oh, bless her.
And I love cheesecake. She bought me some cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake.
Nice.
Get it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But we are going out to a really, really fancy dinner on Tuesday.
McDonald's?
To celebrate. Not McDonald's, no.
Here you go.
It cost me, like,
Taco Bell.
I told her to book it. It's at some place in downtown Nashville. It's like on the 35th floor. It's gonna cost me like $1,000, I bet.
She deserves it, mate. You deserve it. Here you go. Black lives or black votes, and in only 39 videos. That's quality.
Absolutely.
Yeah, did it in 1 year and change.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
great. Yeah.
I think this is for you, Blue Man. Do you want to read it?
Jay Goodwin, to me, I may have won our bet on Barbie, but you clearly won this subscriber award. Yeah, yeah, you did. You kicked my ass on the Barbie bet, dude. So you can come on Peace Up anytime you want. Yeah.
So, question, Blue Tube. How long have you been on the Blue Tube? When was your first video dropped?
My first video dropped March 10th of last year, so it took me 1 year
Wow.
and 4
Crazy.
months.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Very
And-
good.
A couple
You
of
know,
those months, I only released like one video, so I, could have done it faster, but
I could have done it faster.
That's
All
what
right,
she
enough
said.
blowing your own trumpet. Cheers.
Your best performing stream or vid?
It was either She-Hulk is the worst show ever made was the title of the video, or my first Rings of Power is a travesty video. Both have over 1 million views. I don't know which one is
Wow.
jockeying for top spot, but yeah.
And which video are you most proud of?
My favorite video is a shorter one. It was the video I did on The Little Mermaid is probably my favorite
It was a good
video.
one.
It was because it was a different style than I normally do. It's completely satirical, and it's the same way I'm doing my Barbie review. Actually, just satirizing the hell out of it.
That's a very British thing to do, the satirical kind of.
It's probably hanging out with you guys so
Is-
much.
do you think that's what it was?
Rubbed off on me, and now I'm doing satire.
Mm.
So
Well, we do love to rub off, don't we?
Who doesn't though?
that's-
Maybe you do.
when I do enjoy a good rub off when I get the opportunity. So,
Blue Boy
So
doesn't
what's-
know what we're talking about.
so what's next, Blue Man?
What is next? A million.
What's is it? Are you going to do it?
Oh yeah. I've been thinking about like, okay, it took you this long to get 100K, and you need to grow and evolve, and so I'm thinking about new ways to do that. I mean, Bagface is my video editor now, and I don't know. The videos aren't going to be. I just want to get better and better and better and better. So
Are you on Rumble as well?
I am not on Rumble. No, I'm not. I think Connor asked if you can make enough money to do it full time at 100K. You can do it full time at like 30K, man. You really can.
You need to teach me how to do.
Yeah, I quit my job back in December of last year when I was at 40,000. So you can. It subscribers don't matter. It's views, and you don't need any subscribers to get views. Subscribers come. It's the views that that matter.
Yeah, but if you've got something quality, that helps.
Yes.
Here you go, Garth Knight for $5. Cynic, you can gift subs to Brownie in order to get an Attack of the Clones stream. Yeah, we need 3,000.
What are you at right now?
274. 40.
You can take my excess over 100 if you want. Yeah.
Come on, guys, get those Stooge accounts fired up. Come on, guys, come on. Get those Stooge accounts. Do something. Tell your friends.
Get those bots.
Buy friends.
Buy friends. Come on.
Oh, fuck.
I've been doing this for 2.5 years now.
Yeah, don't we know it?
And cheers, Ian. And I've got 2.74. I've done a lot of hours. Blue Man, how many videos did you say?
39.
39, and he's hit 100.
But you're not bitter.
Moving on.
He is better.
As I said, YouTube do not prioritize live streams.
No.
At all.
No, they don't. They don't.
At all.
They used to, though.
They prioritize shorts now for some reason. But
Yeah.
Shorts is no subscriber you get from shorts is worth a shit.
I can't stand them because you can't even pause them or rewind. It's annoying.
I don't have a single short on my channel.
Here you go, Fiona. But Brown gets the love and loyalty. Oh, thank you. MGK84, get your kit off, Brownie. I think I need to piss on the table, don't I?
Yeah.
Please don't.
Bring your little dick around, yeah.
Yeah, please don't.
No, Ian, big dick. Jay Goodwin, Brownie is
first time.
Brownie is the Spinal Tap of YouTube. His appeal has become more selective.
Goes up to 11.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah, here you go. R2, they prioritize ad revenue. Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, they do, don't they? Yeah.
Okay, so congratulations, BlueTube.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
well
that.
Deserved. Well deserved. Does he deserve it, folks? I think he does, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he deserves it. Okay.
Aw, I love you guys.
Okay,
I love
go
you
for
more.
it.
I love you more. That's it.
That's that.
Yeah.
We've had your money, now fuck off.
I think we managed to get through the pinkness.
Oh,
Okay.
God. Never do that again.
Barbie.
Guess what, folks? This Wednesday, right? Are you ready? This Wednesday,
Yes. This is going to be amazing.
this is the first time I've ever actually advertised the next stream.
I'll
'Cause
buy that
this
for $1.
means a lot to me, does this film?
Yeah, same. I will be here for this one.
Who
It's a
are
big one,
you?
folks.
Who are
He
you?
said.
Ian, who are you?
I love this film.
Oh,
I love it. It's so good.
So good, man.
It is good.
Yep.
Diaz, it's you.
Yeah.
Murphy, it's you.
What about when he spits on the book and he goes, "Just get me my phone."
Yeah, just give me my fucking
Oh,
phone
yeah.
call.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Brilliant.
Oh, sorry. Here you go. Melvin Deeply for £5. Real money, folks. You need to whore yourself out more, Brown. Get on every other channel. It pays off. It worked for every other streamer I know. I go into presenter mode and it's difficult.
You
Yeah,
do.
but you got a life though, Brownie. Do you know what I mean? So-
Have I? Since when?
Oh, well, I stand corrected. then.
Here you go, Garth Knight, $5. Thank you, Garth. Brownie is the biggest example of YouTube wanting to be TikTok and not recommending these streams. Nevertheless, congrats, Cynic. Yes, absolutely well
Thank you, Garth.
deserved. Yeah, well deserved. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Melvin. Oh, my chat's not moving up. Sorry, folks. I'm fucking that one up. Okay, so Wednesday, folks, 10 p.m. We're doing Act 1. We're not going to rush it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool.
We're not going to rush it. So we're going to do Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and then hopefully that will be just in time for is it Ahsoka?
Oh God, no.
Oh yes. So
Yes,
yeah, Wednesday, folks. Be there. This is one of my top 3 movies. I just love RoboCop.
Yep.
Just fucking love it.
Better be there, or there'll be trouble.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. I'd buy that for $1. So that is it. That is it. I will say, chat, thank you so much. Best chat.
Ever.
Generous chat. Just the best chat. So, cheers, folks. We will see you next time. I will thank the guests. Who should I pick first? Okay. The governor of Twitter, problem being.
Hey, thanks for having me. Thanks, chat.
Listen, Matt Katz.
Thank you so much for having me on. I always have a good time with you guys. Listen.
Are you eating, Ian? The Mega Geek.
No, I bet my Twix. No worries, Ian. No worries.
The
gay
wonderful, the wonderful gay bar, and the wonderful Brygon Gin. Cheers, Brian.
Cheers, Brun. Thanks also to Cynic, Probby, Matt Cat, Ian, and of course the chat.
Yay.
I will say, Robot Head, do you want to come on the RoboCop stream, by the way? And
'Cause he's a
definitely last but by no means least, he is the man of the
100K.
moment. Old 100K himself, the wonderful Blue Tube himself, the movie cynic.
Thank you for having me, Mr. B.
You're welcome, mate. You need to train me up, oh Padawan. Okay, so that is it. That is it. We are back Wednesday for the RoboCop. If we don't see you Wednesday, I think B-Sup is on tomorrow. B-Sup? What's on tomorrow?
B-Sup.
Oh, Barbie and Oppenheimer. That's
So it's pretty much the same as what we've done.
Same deal.
That is it.
That's
All right, bye.
See you
guys.
Wednesday.
Bye.
If we don't see you Wednesday, have a great week. We will be back next weekend. Hopefully, we'll stop pissing down in the UK. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.
Timing.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, timing.
Bye.